Carter on with Hogwood. Back to Bork. Screen shot. Trickles in. And Hogwood, a shot. Deflects in. A score by Carter.
Lo and behold, the puck is finding its way into the net. After more than a month of bad bounces and missed opportunities, the Bruins are starting to get the breaks. A lucky bounce, a goal off a skate, and just like that, the Bees have rung up a 5-game unbeaten streak. The black and gold, it appears, is finding its identity.
Off for Byers. Looked offside. Score by Byers. Byers in for the backhander. His first goal of the season from Andy Brickley to make it 4-1.
There were more positive signs last night. Lyndon Byers scored his first goal of the year, as did another Bruins winger who entered last night's game with what you might call the triple bubble. No goals, no assists, and no points.
Finally moves it out, and Joyce blocks it. And Joyce may break in alone. Here comes Joyce alone. Scores! Bob Joyce, first goal of the season, makes it 5-2 Boston.
5 different goal scorers in all for Boston. And the offense, which only recently seemed a major concern, is suddenly firing on all cylinders. With last night's win in Hartford, the Bruins improved their Adams Division record to 3-4-2. A win tonight, and the Bees are at .500 against their division opponents. Last year was hardly a picnic for the Bruins, who managed a miserable 9-16-7 record in the Adams. Tonight, a major test as the Montreal Canadiens come into the Garden. The Bruins have split 2 early games with their arch rivals and come into this game 6 points behind the Canadiens with 5 games in hand. Up next, it's the Boston Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens, and it's live on NESN. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Boston Garden for round 3 between the Bruins and the Canadiens. Hello again. I'm Dave Shea, and, well, this is an important game for the Boston Bruins, but that's almost redundant. Anytime the Bruins play the Canadiens, it's an important game. The Bruins played their best game of the season earlier this year against Montreal. Ironically enough, they're now playing their best hockey of the season overall. So it's important that the Bruins continue this winning trend. This is a relatively young team, a new team, a lot of new faces on the Bruins. They're still developing the chemistry on this club, and a win tonight against Montreal would go a long way in cementing that type of chemistry. It's also important for the Bruins because they have so many games in hand against the Canadiens, but only 1 game in hand on division-leading Buffalo. And tonight, a win would allow the Bruins to have the same number of games and move to within 4 points of the Sabres. Also, the Canadiens, despite playing better defense this year, are struggling offensively. And it would help the Bruins to knock down that Montreal offense and put them on the defensive for a change. Andy Moog, who could also use a good run of luck against Montreal, will be in goal tonight for Boston. Patrick Roy will man the nets for the Canadiens. For a closer look at this one, let's go up to the booth right now with Fred and Derek.
Thank you, Dave. And looking at the Canadiens a bit closer, offensively and defensively, are they just about the same team?
Well, there's a lot of talk about Larry Robinson retiring, Rick Green, etc., that maybe the load wouldn't be picked up by the defense. But you're looking at the goals against are just as good, well, mainly because of Patrick Roy. They're getting great goaltending. But then you got to take a long look at what the forwards are doing. Why aren't they scoring? They're not scoring, in my opinion, because the Montreal defense is not getting the puck up like they used to. With the Greens and the Robinson, they got it up very quickly. They did not handle it, and they got the forwards away and out of their own end. And that created a lot more offensive opportunities. Maybe this defense is struggling. Aside from Chris Chelios, they're not that offensive.
Well, talking about Chris Chelios, he's the key back there. Norris Trophy winner and a great defenseman. What about Chris?
Chris Chelios, he won the Norris Trophy last year. There's a lot of positive things you can say about him. He is now the leader. He has to take over the leadership role here. It's not an easy thing to do. He has to worry about his other teammates as well as his own game. So to focus on a game, he has to also get his teammates up. Therefore, he has to really do a tremendous job on the ice. He has to lead them offensively, and that just puts a lot of pressure on him. He will come around to it. There's no doubt in my mind. It's just consistency that they're going to need from him.
No question who the leader is of the Boston Bruins. It's Captain Ray Bourque, and what a season he is having offensively and defensively.
He's got assists. Not like Ray not to have 4, 5, 6 goals at this juncture, but he is just playing so sound, so well, so enthusiastic defensively. I could care less if he ever got another point, but he also helps out there. He's leading the league in defensemen. He's got all those assists, and that is just his ability to move the puck and follow the play and read a play. Ray Bourque is essential. He is, in my opinion, the Norris Trophy winner this year.
We'll have the opening face-off in just a moment.
NESN's exclusive presentation of Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you in part by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. And by Nissan, building cars for people who want more than just a means of getting from here to there. Nissan, built for the human race. And by Sullivan Tire Family Car Care Centers, because family spirit is what Sullivan is all about. And by your New England area Century 21 offices. Put your trust in number 1, Century 21. Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the Boston Garden. There's something going on.
What happened, Dave? Referee, they come out, Dan Marawelli, check both nets. The mesh shows you don't want a hole in them. You don't want the puck to sneak through at any point. Maybe a skate cut on the side of the net just makes it wide enough for a puck to go through, and they're very conscientious about checking that out. Get a skate laced, they'll just a little repair. Referee notices it, leaves the assignment up to the linesman, however.
Now, we're going to have a pop quiz on the officials after the anthems. All right? Study up. And after Rene Rancourt is through. Plus, I've got to talk to you about the sport of soccer. I heard last night you were talking about the use of sticks in carrying the ball in soccer. We're going to have to go over that.
I was talking about not using your hands.
Oh, okay. Here's Rene.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons' command. With glowing heart we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets in glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, this crowd is ready for hockey. Derek, who's that referee out there?
Dan Marawelli.
Attaboy. Ron Hasselstein and Mark Vines, the linesman.
They didn't change him tonight. That's the designated one.
Patrick Roy in the Montreal goal tonight. Canadiens actually playing better defense, lower goals against than a year ago when they won the Jennings. Scary thought. At the other end of the ice, Andy Moog, who's playing very well, and he's starting to establish himself as the man who's going to get the biggest chunk of the playing time when it comes to Bruin goaltenders. Moog played very well last night down in Hartford. Mike Milbury on the bus on the way back says, let's go right back with him tonight. Here's Fred.
Carter and Gilchrist on the faceoff. A checking line for the Canadiens off the bat, and Wesley trying to move it up. And it bounces in. Gould hustles in. Gould smashing to the backboards. Gould tries it loose. Checked by Gilchrist. Gould has lost his stick, but it is kept in at point by Wesley. Now into Hoggood. Hoggood battling for it in deep with Chelios around the boards. Ray Bourque keeps it in. Wheels a shot. It is knocked down by the Canadiens. Broken up by Gilchrist. Gilchrist, a pass on the wing for a shot right on Andy Moog. As coming in on that one was Shane Corson on the right wing side. Good setup, wing to wing. Gilchrist to Corson. Ludwig forced back by Gould. Kept in by Ray Bourque. Trying to set up Gould. It bounces near the net. Tied up by Roy and a faceoff.
All right, let's take a look at who isn't playing tonight. The only real change from last night, Rob Cement is out. Mike Miller is in. Kelvin day-to-day, Janney, Weimer out of the lineup tonight. Lummy, Desjardins, Lemieux, McPhee, and Strudlin. Mike Miller is at the bottom of that list, but Mike Miller is in uniform and will play tonight, so don't pay any attention to that graphic that had Mike Miller's name on it.
This was Gilchrist, got this line out, comes over the blue line, lays it across behind Keane. Quick shot in on Moog. He tried to kick that into the stands to relieve the pressure. Just got a piece of it.
The Boston line has Linsman, Joyce, and Neely with Galley and Peterson. And the draw back for Dufresne. Donald Dufresne, defenseman holding. Moves it out to Ryan Walter. Walter ahead, and the pass not complete. Linsman breaks it up. Josh Lemieux. Carbonneau completes the line. It's another checking line, you might say, for the Canadiens, but that's where their game begins. Lemieux moves it out. Claude Lemieux is out of action in a long stretch, and he played just one game so far for the Montreal Canadiens. This is Josh Lemieux acquired from St. Louis. Bruins break. Linsman from Joyce over the line in deep. Moving behind the net. Knocked down on the play by Dufresne. Kept in by Neely. Neely to Linsman. Back up. He can't move. Neely intercepts in the corner. Back to Wesley. Wesley's quick shot. Blocked by Lemieux. Lemieux to center ice. And trying to send Walter in. Blocked by Wesley. Linsman to Joyce. Joyce checked and broken up. Neely comes back. Over the line. Cuts across. Still going. Save Roy. Beautiful right by Neely. Back to the point to Wesley. Fires it back in the corner to Carpenter. Behind the net to Burridge. Burridge wheels it front. Can't get the shot away. Carbonneau checked him. Marvelous defensive forward, of course, Guy Carbonneau. And he tied up Burridge. Wesley takes over again. Now to Bourque. Bourque quickly to Bob Sweeney. The clear in. No score opening minutes. And Canadiens, Bobby Smith trying to come out with it. In the center ice, it floats to the Boston line. And now Bob Sweeney back from Bourque. Over the line, cuts in front. The backhander block never reaches the net. And Smith breaks it out. Looking for Keane. Keane breaks in alone. He's offside. Score Boston nothing. Montreal nothing. We're at Boston Garden on NESN.
Pat Burns finding it a little bit different this year with a lot of younger, newer faces and less experienced veterans on the club. Mike Milbury finding it new altogether, considering a year ago he was pacing the bench up in Portland.
Doing a great job, Milbury.
Carpenter, Burridge, and Sweeney, the Boston line. Bob Sweeney. Don Sweeney is not dressed, did not dress in Hartford last night. Keane back to get control. Around for Ludwig. Now to Naslund. More checking by Carpenter. He put a hit on Ludwig. Center ice, Peterson wraps it in. Carpenter back for Bob Sweeney. Shot. Save Roy with Burridge right in front. He might have had a piece of it as the Bruins fired it in. At center ice, Keane for the Canadiens. Pass broken up by Gary Galley. Sweeney again. The Bruins want a changeup. And Chelios in control. Brickley is on. Naslin, a wild pass intercepted by Lyndon Byers. That's passed off by Ludwig. Steal now by Mike Miller. Can't convert it. Boy, checking is the feature of the Canadiens. That's where their game starts. Here comes Keane again, trying to drift in. Checked by Don Sweeney. Take that back. Don is dressed. And Galley, they're on defense. And in the center ice, it is Mike Miller. He overskates it. Galley covers, clears it in. Back for it now, Dufresne. Moving it up on the left wing boards. The Canadiens break it out. Corson, LeBeau, the rookies, Stephen LeBeau, who's played well. He's on now with Corson behind the net. The pass intercepted by Ray Bourque. And the Bruins clear it out. Myers breaks with it and spilled immediately. On Corson, they let it go. And right back to the Montreal Canadiens. It is Richer, their top scorer. Broken up by Ray Bourque. Cleared out by Mike Miller. Taken over at the Montreal defense. Stolen by Don Sweeney. He's over the line. He closes. Tries to move in front. Moves it behind the net. Bruins keep it. Shot on. The save by Roy. Good rush by Carter for a shot. And on the short side, the save. At center ice, the puck bounced around. The ball broken up here by Carter. Carter can't convert it. Ludwig stopped it, and the Canadiens come back. Shane Corson wraps it in. Good intensity, fast pace, up tempo, no score. Boston and Montreal. Good move at center ice, and he tried to slide it into the line of Roy. And the net dislodged. Is it ever? And it is Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. We'll return in a moment.
First period, Reebok, Lucky Bruins, Reebok seat location in the second period.
I'll tell you, this line kind of creates hell night out there.
Right there,
Things happen.
Don Sweeney jumps on it. Right here, he doesn't really know what to do. He's waiting, tries to tuck it through softly. Carter gets it, wisely goes around the net. Hoggood takes his man Ludwig at the side, and he snaps it off, hits Roy on the chest.
Things happen when Hoggood and Carter are on the ice.
Carter is taking the faceoffs. He battles for it here vigorously, but it goes to Svoboda. Gould right on it, but the Canadiens work it out. In the center ice, Gilchrist pass stopped by Wesley. The follow-up by Lefebvre. Lefebvre clears it in, wrapped around by Kentow. Now to Gould. Gould snaps it out. Lefebvre back up for Svoboda. For Lefebvre, and into center ice. Breaking with it, Gilchrist. Gilchrist snaps it over the line. Going for it, Wesley lost it. Gilchrist with it. Portnall there. It's back to the Lefebvre. Great stop by Andy Moe. And Lefebvre shot from 40 feet. And Gould moves it to center ice. A long one in on Roy. Lefebvre, number 3 on defense. Harassed by Lindsman. Bruins keep the puck in. Svoboda, though, breaks up the play. Now Neely going into the corner with Lefebvre. Neely trying to set up Lindsman. Can't do it. And the Canadiens, Gilchrist breaks it out again. Clears it to the Boston end as the lines change up. No score. 13:40 left. First period. Alan Peterson up for Joyce. Joyce can't make a move with it. Ryan Waller clears it in. Watched by Galley. Peterson going for it with Lemieux. Around the boards. Chelios trying to keep it in. Taken down by Lincoln. Take out by Neely. One man back. Ludwig. Coming up is Joyce. He's held. Neely gets the shot away. I want to tell you, Neely's stick was simply grabbed Joyce's stick, and he couldn't move in. Talk about clear-cut holding. And Marawelli let it go. Puck driven in. Rock knocks it away. Galley fighting to keep it in. Does. Moves it in front of the net. Nobody there for Boston. Back for Lemieux. Lemieux trying to ice it. Stopped by Don Sweeney, who stays inside the line. Drills it in. Taken over by Chelios. Chelios trying to move it up. And Farage battles to keep it in. Battling Lemieux. Chelios over there too. Carpenter trying to get it. And the puck is up to Carbonneau. Carbonneau works it out. Ryan Walters, center ice, plays it in the Boston end. Shots of 5 Boston, 3 Montreal. No score in the game. 12:37 left, first period. In the center ice, Don Sweeney drives it in. He didn't play last night. He's in the lineup. Weimer is out tonight. Changes. Here's a steal by Naslin. Breaks him up as he tried to cut right in the middle. Ray Bourque sprawled and broke up Naslin. And the Canadiens start it back. Dufresne into center ice. Bork breaks it up, floats to Carpenter. Trying to get it back. Naslin with it. Naslin checked by Bob Sweeney. Dufresne takes it over. And Daniel fires in. Ricochets around the boards. Bork lofts it out into center ice. Tricky bounce. It is controlled by Daniel. Away from Burridge. Bruins battle to keep it in, and Smith breaks it up. A steal by Brickley. Moves it over the line. Holds. Fires. Misses. Left point. Wesley can't contain it. Into center ice. Ray Bork back to cover. Wesley took a man down. And a hooking call on Wesley. The first penalty goes to Boston. A power play Montreal. It is no score. We'll be back in a moment.
I'd say it's about time for a whistle. Glenn Wesley in the box for interfering more than anything. The puck bounces loose right there. Looked a lot worse than it was. Keane saw Bork coming in, decided, okay, I'm not going anywhere. Right here, Naslin, Bork dives, slides, sweep checks him.
Stephen LeBeau is out there, highly touted rookie and good scorer. This is just his second shift. He's at center on the power play. Corson and Richer are on the wings, and Carpenter down a forecheck. Richer is winding up. Up for Corson. Away to LeBeau. LeBeau clears it in. Behind the net. Peterson there. Peterson trying to move it up the boards. Carpenter battling for it. Able to get it and clear it. The first power play of the game to the Montreal Canadiens. It is a scoreless game and 11:09 left here in the first period. And Chelios away to Richer. Booming shot. Well, I tell you, if that's on the net, it is in unless it hits Moog standing there. That's the type of shot he has. Canadiens keep it in. Corson with it. Back to Svoboda. Chelios up to Corson. Corson to LeBeau. LeBeau in front. A quick shot by Corson. Reflected high by Peterson. Peterson and Burridge watching. Now in deep it goes to Corson. Peterson watching him. It's back to Chelios. Lets it go. Wide by Andy Moog and cleared by Sweeney. Bob Sweeney. 45 seconds left on the Montreal power play. Errant pass by Roy. Picked off by Bork. Bork fires a long one on Patrick Roy. Neely out as a penalty killer, along with Linsman. 30 seconds left on the Canadian power play. Ross Courtnall weaving into center ice with that great speed at the line. He's hit by Ray Bork, who is everywhere. Right side, left side at the Boston blue line.
A lot of times we get to see a defenseman, you get to see that with the TV, you get the camera, the puck. They're following together, and you don't see what the defenseman does out there. Ray Bork watched Courtnall coming from the other end of the building, timed himself, then jumped across his partner and took the play away. An excellent defensive play by Ray Bork. Very heads up.
10:04 left in the first period. No score. Canadiens on a power play and 25 seconds left. Smith draw, won by Linsman. For Bork. Bork gives it to Neely. He rushes. Let's go. And just missed. Just missed the side as he drilled it from the blue line. Low and hard. Svoboda now moves it back to Courtnall. Center ice. Clear in. Moog traps it behind the net. John Sweeney on it. Trying to move it up and out. And does. John Sweeney is on with Ray Bork. And out comes Wesley. Wesley heads for the bench. The Bruins getting organized as they kill off the penalty very successfully. And at center ice, the puck batted around. Neely on it. Neely takes a hit from Josh Lemieux. Bork gets away from Lemieux. Can't set up Neely. Loose puck, center ice, Burridge over the line, quick shot. It hit Ludwig and it was blocked. And a clear to center ice taken by Bork. Bork drives it back in. Watt trying to stop it. Now clear it. And it is kept in by Carpenter. Goes to the corner. Moves it behind the net. On the other side, the Canadiens work it up. Josh Lemieux, center ice. A lead in deep. Christopher, first appearance. Gets tangled with Moog. Wesley around the boards for Bob Sweeney. Sweeney works it out. A 3-on-2 possible here over the line. Lets it go. And it is high. In into the stands. Had a face-off, 8:41 left. Scoreless first period. We're at Boston Garden on NESN.
Andy Moog is behind the net fielding this. Tries to swipe at it. Gets his stick lifted a little bit. Then throws a little butt end in the face. Gets away with it. Andy Moog, a little slow getting out there and back.
The Boston line is Brickley with Mike Miller on the left, Lyndon Byers on the right. 8:38 left, scoreless first period. Canadiens taking their time to train. Drives it out. That's a careful play, and there may be icing. It is.
This copyrighted program is brought to you under pay cable TV rights granted by the Boston Bruins solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of the accounts or descriptions of this game without the written consent of the New England Sports Network and the Boston Bruins is prohibited.
8:26 left, a scoreless first period.
Mike Miller had excellent setup there on the left side of the net. He would not let the Canadiens come out that side. They had 4 bodies on the right side of the building because Miller opted to go out and take that play away around the right and the left wing. Excellent on in his part. Then they just had to ice it.
He's pretty pumped up, this being his first Bruin-Canadian game.
And the draw is back to Frayne with it for the Canadiens. Works it to center ice and taking over Wesley in the Boston zone. Back from Miller, a bouncing puck. Byers can't reach it. Brickley keeps it in, gets the shot away, and a save Roy as it went behind him, but not over the goal line.
Wow, I think Patrick thought that was in.
He did. Andy Brickley, an excellent move. Pulled it into his body.
Great hands.
A quick wrist, nice pair of hands. Watch a little dipsy-doodle with the hands here. Whoop, tuck it, pull it, and then snap it quick. Bruins got it. It went up, hit his blocker, drops down behind him. He's got it pinched on his arm, I believe. That was close. No cigar, however.
The fact that the Canadiens, despite losing Larry Robinson and Rick Green, are playing better defense is not coincidental. They have stressed tighter defense to make up for that lack of experience. That in large part is affecting the offense.
What they're doing, Dave, really, the Montreal defense are handling the puck more than they ever did, carrying it out more than they ever did. And that slows your forwards up. When the defense has got the puck, he's got all the way to center ice to get the puck up to him. And when he starts to carry it a little bit, that forward gets beyond center ice, he can't get it to him.
The draw won by the Canadiens. Chris Chelios with it. Weaving. And up the center ice to Gilchrist. Gilchrist gets it off for Richer. Richer, a check by Galley and broken up. Back comes Bob Sweeney. Works it over the line. Checked all the way by Corson. I want to learn defense. Watch the Montreal Canadiens. The forwards. They are marvelous at covering as Corson did that. Back in the center ice, Corson flips it in. Knocked wide by Andy Moog, taken over by Bob Sweeney. Around for Burridge. Burridge can't move it out. Chelios keeps it in. Drops it off for Ludwig. Ludwig, a shot, missed the net. A long rebound. Chelios keeps it in again. It bounces in front for LeBeau. Deflects away. Batted around to the boards. And the Bruins break it up. Burridge up the middle. 3-on-2. For Carpenter. And a shot deflected wide. Boy, Boston had a chance as they had a 3-on-2 there. You don't get many. LeBeau is back for Montreal. Clear it in. And Chase gets his own rebound. Checked by Galley. Josh Lemieux goes into the corner. Nobody on him. It is back to the point. Okay. A shot deflected wide. Josh Lemieux trying to put it in front. Galley trying to drive it out. Blocked. Bounces up again. The Bruins finally clear it. And Carpenter is hurt. Going to the bench. Along with Burridge. Bruins changing out. At center ice, Joyce plays it back to Don Sweeney. Over to Raybourne, back for Don Sweeney. Don Sweeney is broken up. Kern gets it back. Or clears it off. For Neely. Neely trying to get going. Gets it up to Joyce. Joyce over the line. Closing shot. Save! Roy! He put it on net, though. Bob Joyce. With a scoring bid with Linsman breaking in the net. Neely trying to work it in front. Can't do it. Bork breaks up the play. The puck floats to center ice, and Don Sweeney takes over. No score, first period. Up for Joyce. Joyce to clear in. First back, Svoboda. Hit by Neely. Hit by Joyce on Carbonell. The Bruins go banging into the corner. Carbonell able to pry it loose for Svoboda, who starts it back. No score. 8-5 the shots for Boston. 5:42 left. Svoboda controls. Could be icing on this one. But Walter is able to get to it first. Now drives it around the boards and out. And backward, J.J. Daigneault. Lost it to Carter. Carter's quick shot deflected wide as Carter pursued the play in deep. Dufresne around to Daigneault. And the Canadiens started out. In the center ice comes Smith. Smith with NESN. Checked by two men. Still gets away from them. Drops it back to the point to Dufresne. Dufresne a screen shot. Oh, just spotted it at the last moment. Quintal clears it up. 5 minutes left. First period. No score. Hoggard forechecking on the play. And Gould. And Smith works it off to Naslund. Naslund breaks with Keane. Keane knocks down the pass. Broken up by Wesley. They go to the corner. And Hoggard gets it. Hoggard clears it away into center ice. Up to the Montreal line. Steal by Carter. Trying to move in, and he is mauled on the play by Ludwig. And a power play for Boston. Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. Back in a moment.
Fred Ludwig off after dragging down John Carter as Carter tried to break in alone.
He tried to cup the pass right there. A quick little bang up the boards. He got checked Carter's speed. Just ate him up. But he played good, solid defense, stayed with him. Bobby Carpenter right there. Get the stick in the face.
Daigneault?
Yeah,
J.J.
looks
Daigneault
like
that caught him?
Daigneault.
Well, Carpenter has gone to the dressing room, and we'll check on his condition and get you the results as soon as possible.
Maybe going off for a few sutures.
And the first power play for Boston. Lindsman, Joyce, and Neely the line with Bourque and Lester. Draw in deep. Fought for behind the net. Neely gets it to Bourque. Bourque has to cut back. Lindsman knocked down in front. It's off for Wesley. Wesley shoots and misses wide. Low hard drive and a screen of players. Lindsman trying to keep it in. Lindsman checked along the line. Now back for Bourque. Bourque lets it go. Save. Rebound. Neely. Save. Didn't see it on the rebound, but blocked Neely anyway. And the Canadiens, Walter clears it away. 1:30 left on the Boston power play. 4:08 left, first period. A spirited Montreal-Boston game. Lindsman over the line. Can't make the play. Wesley keeps it in, though. Along the line, gives it off to Bourque. Bourque all knocked down, shot, and a save by Roy. Rebound, Lindsman, back to Wesley. For Bourque, back in, quick pass into the corner. Lindsman and Neely battling for it behind the net. Neely can't get it. It deflects around the corner. Lindsman keeps it in. Lindsman in deep for Neely. Neely trying to drop it back. Courtnall intercepts and clears. 54 seconds left on the Boston power play. The shots 11 Boston, 6 for Montreal. 3:28 left first period, no score. Bob Sweeney breaks over the line. A bobbling puck, and he can't control it, and Courtnall breaks it up and clears. Hoggard is out with Bob Sweeney. Up the center, Burridge, the other forward. Bob Sweeney over the line with Burridge heading for the net. Drops it back for Mike Miller. Miller plays it behind the net. Bob Sweeney pokes it in the corner. Miller has it. Mike Miller back for Hoggard. Up for Miller. Shot, save, rebound, too deep. Bob Sweeney in too close. Couldn't get the quick rebound as the Bruins fired away. Miller breaks it up again. 10 seconds left on the power play. Miller, good hard shot in on Roy. Back comes Burridge. Penalty almost up. Burridge over the line, closing. Miller pulls, shoots. And Roy, did he grab it or what?
I think it hit Burridge.
Oh, what a tough break. A screaming low shot by Mike Miller. He looks like a goal scorer. But we'll see. Full strength. Brickley breaks back. Over the line. Going with Gould. Trying to cut in. Can't. 1-4 in the corners. Svoboda there. And Brickley. Can't clear it out as Wesley keeps it in. In deep for Brickley. Brickley lost it to Svoboda. Up for Richer. Richer loses on the play to Carter. Carter backhands it in the corner. 2 minutes left. First period. No score. Boston 12-6 over the Canadiens in shots. Lefebvre ices it again for Montreal. Marvelous pressure starting with the power play for Boston. And Mike Miller, he can drill it.
Excellent. What he did, he's going to tee it up the first time, thinks better of it. Then he wanted to pick his spot. Hit something. I think it hit Randy Burridge. It might have gotten through to Ruavin. Regardless, it was an excellent play by Mike Miller. Patrick Roy, one of the premier goaltenders in the game today. A lot of people will say he's the best. A lot of people go with Grant Fuhr. Dump pass by Burridge. Here's the fake slop shot. Now he waits. Burridge is going to the net. Hits Burridge's glove.
Might have gone in.
Would have gone in. He gets by Burridge's glove.
1:59 left here in period number 1. And on a warm night at Boston Garden, the pace has been terrific.
Oh, that's good. Great hockey.
First period facts. Forget those. Canadians clear it out. Ray Bourque with it. Flipping it back in. It is controlled by Montreal. Svoboda lost it. Steal by Carter. Carter trying to move in. Stops. Cuts. Wheels. Gives it to Gould. Gould can't control it for the shot. By Carter. Shot. Against the net. John Carter again all over the Montreal Canadiens. Marvelous play. Aggressive forechecking. He had a couple of shots. Gould knocked down on the play. Bruins fight for it. Wesley keeps it in. Back into Gould. Lets it go to Hoggood. Hoggood to Carter. Can't get the drive on. Now he does the save. Gould after it. The Canadians dive. And Svoboda grabs the puck and ties it up. And what marvelous hustling work led by John Carter, Hoggood, and Gould. And Carter simply tremendous as he has been in so many recent games.
Oh, he's just flying out there. What he is, he's concentrating, focusing on the puck. And he's just accomplishing so much out there. The Montreal Canadiens a little rattled. Carter's speed, unlike the Bruins, Carter is all over them, right? He gets 2 or 3 great chances, dumped in the middle. He's floating. He's in good position right here to get it from Hoggood. Good defensive play. Gets picked off. Bob Gould goes for it, but here's Hoggood. Got it again. Looking for Carter. Just a little bit of bounce of a puck. Doesn't get much wood on the flip across. That's more of a pass than anything else. Bob Gould gets shut off. Montreal's so very good in front of their net, 10, 12, 8 feet.
Brickley draws, and Wesley keeps it in. Back for Bourque. Bourque lost it at the line. Now drives it back in. Chelios taking over. Bruins 13 shots, the Canadiens 6. Chelios center ice, long shot. Save Moe. Drops it for Bourque. Period. Scoreless. Center ice. Ludwig breaks it up. The follow-up by Brickley. Brickley is smashed by Keane, but he's ready for him. And with it, Ray Bourque. What a Wesley. Trying to set up Brickley. They call it icing, and it is. 45 seconds left in the first period. And face-off now in the Boston end. Had a chance to play golf with you 9 holes. The Ridge down in Cape Cod, the new course of Tom Niblett. And I have to admire your shot, your second shot on the 18th. Over that water, 220 onto the green. 2
of the prettiest holes in New England are at that course, 17 and 18, those water holes.
Well, you had a little trouble on 17. We won't talk about that. Cam Neely, that knee may be bothering him a bit, but he got a big goal last night. 45 seconds left now in the period. The face-off to the left of Moe. Always the dangerous time. Roy holds in the Canadians, and they wait for the shot. But this one, the face-off is won cleanly by Ken Lindsman. Bob Sweeney moves it to center ice. Off to Burridge. Burridge over the line, trying to put it in front. But Ludwig hit of Lindsman. Around the boards, Ray Bourque able to keep it in at the line. Pass up. Sweeney trying to get it. Whistle here by Marawelli. Calls a face-off for some reason.
Sweeney and Gilchrist. Gilchrist playing very well for the Canadiens. This is one of those boys will be boys scrums. Nobody looking to back off at all.
And the whistle, where will the face-off be? Is Burridge annoying Chelios. Anyway, pumping.
Kenny Lindsman had a few choice words to say to him.
That last face-off won so cleanly by Lindsman. This one is in the Canadian end. 29 seconds left in the period. And
a lot can happen in 29 seconds.
Mike Milbury has Ray Bourque and Wesley out there. Lindsman, Sweeney, and Burridge. We haven't had a report on Carpenter, but undoubtedly will between periods. Lindsman wins it and hopped over Ray Bork's stick. Tough break for Ray Bork. Won it cleanly. Wesley knocks it back in. Carbonneau knocked it down. That faceoff should be back in the zone. The faceoff is right where he knocked it down.
There's Guy Carbonneau. The eye-hand coordination it takes to pick a puck out of the air. It's astounding. Right here, Guy Carbonneau floating at the blue line right there, knocks it down, turns and gets it himself.
Wesley with it, 19 seconds left. Long shot, save Roy. Skated off by Daigneault, cleared by Corson, wrapped back up by Bork. 10 seconds left. Portnoy winding up. Tries a long one. Borg has to knock that aside. Bob Sweeney moves it outside the line. And the play is offside. 2 seconds left. They call the offside. And we'll have the face-off between Lindsman and Carbonneau. 14-8, the shots for Boston. No score in the game. Patrick Roy goes to his usual tricks in the nets as he keeps Montreal very much in the game. A good aggressive period by Boston and a flashy star, no question, John Carter. Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. Intermission highlights in a moment.
Patrick Roy with a career goals against the Boston Bruins 2.45 and stalwart in goal for the Montreal Canadiens in that first period tonight. 0-0 is the score, not at all surprisingly given these two teams. Dave Shea's guest here at the intermission is the Bruins' Lyndon Byers, who just last night started a belated move toward the top of the scoring leadership. David?
All right, Tom. Tom was just saying, Lyndon, that you're making a move on the scoring leaders in the league. At least that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I figured this game I got Andy, and I'll go from there. Andy's hot. He's played a few more games than me, though.
You know, it only stands to reason that since you guys scored 6, 5, and 5 in your last 3, it would be a defensive struggle tonight. At least that's the way it started out.
Well, I think, Montreal, they're playing real well right now, and we're definitely trying to keep our game simple, so it's a defensive battle out there. You can't give up too many mistakes with that team, and they put it in the net. And if we're going to win, it's going to be hard and simple, and when they make a mistake, we're going to capitalize on it.
I mentioned at the outset of the broadcast tonight that you fellas played your best hockey game against the Canadiens earlier this season. Now as a team, you're playing your best consistent hockey overall.
Well, Mike, he was stressing to us that he wants to keep the game simple, and he wants us to play real hard and get the puck out at the blue lines, get it in at their blue line. That way, teams like Montreal and the guys that have the forwards that can wheel, they can be turning it over on our defense. So, if we're getting it in, we're getting it on their D. They're not getting shots on our goal, and that's what counts.
Throughout the Carson trade merry-go-round that went on for weeks and weeks, Mike Milbury stayed true to the guys who were struggling and didn't quit on them, kept playing them. That has to say an awful lot to not only you, Bobby Joyce, John Carter, a bunch of you.
Well, Mike's been real honest with everybody from day one. He hasn't stressed that he wants goals, this many goals from everybody, that many goals from everybody. He wants a consistent effort, a good effort, and for the guys that you mentioned to play well, including myself. It's nice. It gives us that much more confidence. I think he realizes that we're in a confidence game right now, and it makes it easier for us if the coach is behind you, and that's a big thing. I'm sure Bobby Joyce, myself, we start thinking, and I'm not going to kid you, it gets frustrating, but the team's going well, and I think that we just want to contribute in a positive way, and I think if that's happening, then Mike's happy, we're happy, and the team's winning, and I know everybody's giving a good effort, and we're definitely having a lot of fun right now.
Most of the guys in this organization know Mike Milbury, whether playing with him or playing under him at Maine, but there has to be a transition period where a team finds out what the new coach wants and expects. Have you guys made it through that period, or are you still in it?
Well, I think that was the one good thing when Mike came in, is that he made an effort to get around, to talk to everybody, to get to know everybody. And when he was in Maine, he was always here. He was up in the playoffs that year. He came up. So he's been around, and there's a lot of us a few of us, I guess, a few of us veterans that have played with him when he played. So he's been real good. He's been real honest, and he works as hard as anybody else out there. Him and Ted and Gord, they're always putting in their time. So, you know, if they're giving 110%, you know, you got to feel a little guilty if you're not. And if you're not, that means you're not playing well and you're not going to play. And he's right there to tell you.
What do you look for in the second period? More of the same, or do you begin to open it up a little?
No, I don't think so. That could be a big mistake for us. We definitely want to keep it simple, and I think Bobby Joyce has got one next period.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. How's that?
All right, Dave.
That's Lyndon Byers. Tom, by the way, Bob Carpenter cut his tongue when he received that stick from J.J. Daigneault. Taking stitches is expected back.
All right, David, we appreciate that information. Thank you very much. I'll be back with a look at action from tonight's first period next, and we have as well another of NESN's nostalgic flashbacks to that Stanley Cup season 20 years ago, the beginning of the glory days, which we all agree were all too short. When Bruins hockey continues on NESN.
Yes, big
Well, then
Dave
I'll
said-
have to introduce him to my son, Brendan.
How about if you pay for the installation?
Oh, I knew you were leading to something.
Well, if you wanted it for me, I'd have paid for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We have a tough time prying the dollar bills out of your wallet. What do you mean you would have paid for it?
Dave, I drop more on the floor trying to tip people than you spend.
Fred? Now, come on now, Fred. You've got to speak up. You're the one who eats with him on the road.
I've got to say, one quality of Derek Sanderson, boy, he throws money around. I
Still?
mean, I just shudder. He does. I mean...
He's never thrown it our way.
No, I don't get it, no.
My wife will kill me.
He is a big spender. A big tipper.
Nancy's taking notes at home, I'm sure.
Akron Wesley icing against the Montreal Canadiens. The Canadiens have 3 defensemen tonight. Daigneault, he's been around Vancouver, Philadelphia, now Montreal, but Sherbrooke last year. We'll look at Pat Burns. Dufresne and Lefebvre. So 3 of the 6 are up from Sherbrooke last year. Mike Milbury should be familiar with them, and Bruins should be able to capitalize on that.
And what Pat Burns has done is he's put his 2 best together. Chelios and Ludwig most of the time.
No score in the game. Second period just underway. Carpenter on the faceoff. Atlas for it. Still digging for it. The Bruins keep it in. Back to Sweeney and a quick shot. That's wide. And it is Carpenter knocking down LeBeau, and Carpenter is out.
Well, Bobby was upset because he bumped, and I know he had his chin bumped, and that has to hurt like the dickens after taking stitches in the tongue. And he was saying, son of a gun.
Enough of this.
Watch the chin right there. Bang.
Here.
Go down.
He got tied up more than anything.
Derek, you know, just to carry it one step further on the point about the Montreal defense, but Ryan Walter was telling me before the game that more now than ever, the wingers have to wait at the blue line because the D are shooting it around the boards, whereas they never used to do that.
No, they're very hard pressed, and the wingers got to stay in, and Montreal's attitude has always been head man the puck and go for it.
Second power play for the Canadiens. They have Svoboda on. He gives it to Richer, and he clears it in. Lowe trying to trap it and clear it. Corson intercepts. Corson on the corner. Checked in the play. Batted around. It is Ray Bork getting it, trying to clear it out. Stopped by Chelios. Chelios is broken up by Burridge and cleared away. Sharp defensive play by Burridge at the line. Burridge, Bob Sweeney, Wesley, and Bork. And away comes Richer with the cannon, ready to let it rip. And he drops it back to Corson now. Corson in the corner, holding. Now back to Chelios. Chelios has trouble with it, able to keep it in. Intercepted by Wesley. Wesley trying to move it out. Has trouble along the boards. Now Burridge gets it free. Sweeney fails to clear it. Kept in by Josh Lemieux. Over to Chelios. Chelios rips it off. Both drops, saves. Bob Sweeney able to clear it by Chelios. Beautiful stop by Andy Moog on Chris Chelios from the left point position. 48 seconds left on the power play. The Bruins break it up. Bob Sweeney to Burridge. Now they're able to change up. Mike Milbury sending out a whole new quartet. Carter is out there with Neely. Washington Smith. Bobby Smith moves it into the corner. Drops it back. Svoboda, the turnaround. Save! Moog! Big block by Andy Moog on Svoboda. And Neely clears. Two big stops. Great chance. Svoboda. He was about 35 feet away. Here comes Naslin in the power play. Drives it in. It is broken up. Bounces away and is cleared by Al Peterson. 8 seconds left. Chelios clearing in. Back for it. Galley. He has time to clear it. Gagnon. Chased now by Neely. The Bruins kill off the penalty. Gagnon trying to move it out. Peterson trying to keep it in. It goes all the way to the Boston end. Ford there. Icing on the play. Boston nothing. Montreal nothing. We'll return in a moment.
Here's what, no one's covering the points. This is a mistake. You're going to have a turnaround shot by Svoboda. Great shot by Peter. Gets the left leg inside it and goes behind him. Nice save by Andy Moe.
I wonder when the last time was the Canadiens were 20th in the league in the power play. That's bizarre.
Wesley able to keep it in now. Harvard going deep. Andy Brickley, the train battling for it. In the Canadian zone. Portnoy back to help out. And he gets it away to Carbonneau. Carbonneau's pass broken up at center ice by Bourque. The Bruins are back. Hogwood trying to move in. In against Dufresne. They go to the corner. Hogwood trying to get a handle to it. And Gould does. Around the boards. He is broken up by Carbonneau. Bruins battle to keep it in. Lemieux trying to come out. Hooks at center ice. Stopped by Ray Bourque. Deflected by Courtnall all the way down to Moe. And Wesley skates it free. Gets it up on the right to Gould. Gould drops it up for Hogwood. 3-on-2 with Bourque. Bourque trying to move in. Shot. Save. What? He couldn't get all of that backhand on it. Brickley works it out of the corner in front. Bourque misses the pass. And the Canadiens break 2-on-1. Josh Lemieux and Courtnall open. The shot is blocked by Al Peterson. Great defensive play by Peterson on a 2-on-1. And what for in the corner? Hogwood battling for it. Josh Lemieux hands it away and the Bruins break it up. Gould up to center ice again. Clearing in. 4 minutes played. Scoreless game. Second period. Svoboda rushing. Trying to catch a line change, but now he drops it in at the line. Blue line. Bruins back toward Galley. Up on the right wing boards. Having trouble is Mike Miller. Keane digging to keep it in. Gilchrist. Finally the Bruins get it free. Up to Joyce. Joyce. Pass up blocked by Lefebvre. Out of the net comes Roy. Way out that time.
Friday night, NESN delivers live Hockey East action when the Warriors of Merrimack College travel to meet the neighboring Lowell Chiefs. That's Merrimack and Lowell tomorrow night at 7, live on NESN.
In 1981, I was very fortunate to help out with Bruce Parker up there at Merrimack. I'll tell you, that's great hockey. They hustle those kids work, I'll tell you. Very impressive, exciting hockey to watch.
Big Al Peterson with some good D.
Here's Hogwood, nice little pair of hands there to get it into Bourque. Now watch this, he just shovels it for the corner. Just chipped it. Patrick Roy right there.
The Boston line has Linsman with Joyce and Miller is at right wing. Check on Neely. Batted down by Galley, knocked away and taken over by Chelios now. Chelios fires it in front, taken off by Ken. Behind the net, 4 checkers. He gets it around to Joyce. Joyce is out. Miller on the far right. Joyce lets it go. Blocked, bounces in. Picked off by Roy, and he gets a face-off.
Now you look at the Montreal Canadiens. Nobody among the league leaders in scoring. Stéphane Richer leads their club in scoring. You take a look at the familiar names. Bobby Smith just 12 points in 19 games. Mats Naslund just 11 points in 21 games. Ryan Walter 10 points in 22 games. These are veterans that they have counted on year in and year out for their offense, and it just hasn't come yet.
Well, they've never had a real bona fide 30-goal scorer outside of Stéphane Richer in the past 4 or 5 years. Mats Naslund hovers around 26 to 30, but they just play solid defense.
Carpenter against Walter. Into the corner, Burridge jams up Chelios. Carpenter there, and Walter. And a face-off called again to the right of Roy. You look at the style of Pat Burns. He believes fully in checking. And we've seen very little of Bobby Smith and Naslund. Mostly power plays and only an occasional other shift. So scoreless. He's going to, if it ends 0-0, Pat Burns is going to be elated.
You know, you got to be very happy if you're Montreal. You want it to be this close on the road.
Well, he's not opening it up with big offensive guns. Waiting to see how his defensive stars do. The clear-in, back for Chelios. Forechecking Carpenter. Keane is at right wing. And winding up is Gilchrist. This is a checking line, if there ever was one, with Walter at left wing. And the Bruins forecheck. Chelios drops it out. Taken over by Don Sweeney. Sweeney on defense with Ray Borg. Don Sweeney, the former Harvard star, has been a revelation. Over the line, Burridge. Burridge, a shot, the save, or what? The rebound, Burridge can't get the handle to it. Now he steals it from Chelios for Carpenter. Quick shot, and it's blocked on a deflection in. Oh, Carpenter had a great chance, couldn't get real driving wood on it. In the corner, Burridge lost his stick, fights for it. Walter now works it out. And breaking is Gilchrist. Gilchrist stopped by Bork, slides it in. And Don Sweeney winds up. All the way to Burridge. Burridge drops it in the Canadian zone as Boston changes up. A scoreless game here. The shots are 17, Boston 10 for the Canadiens. And in the center ice, Daigneault. Long shot. Save. The rebound. Fought for it. Gould knocks it to the corner. Corson. Gould. They fight for it. And LeBeau, the rookie, trying to move it in front. It is taken behind the net by LeBeau to Richer. Richer watched by Peterson. Broken up. Puck is kept in by the Canadiens. Gould checks it. Richer gets it to Corson. Play all in the corner. Corson pinned by Galley. Much more there. Gould gets it free. And a drive by LeBeau misses. Long rebound all the way to center ice. Daigneault winding up. And they get it to Stephen LeBeau. To Richer. Broken up. Here comes Carter. Carter over the line. Across in front. Skating hard. Going deep into the corner. Holding. Trying to make his play now. Still holds. Still holds. The shot blocked. He's on it again. An interference call on Montreal.
I think Bob Gould's going to get it.
Gould is going to get it. Gould for making a pick in front of Carter. And the Bruins shorthanded. No score. Back in a moment.
From Poland Springs.
All right, here we have John Carter's going to go in here with the puck. He's got Hoggett in front of him. Ludwig standing off him. Gould is on the right in front of the net at this point. Now there's Gould right here, going to go over in the direction of John Carter. What he's going to do is now take his man. That is interference. Good call by Dan Marawali. That was. I didn't see him do that deliberate.
Boston shorthanded. Third power play of the game for Montreal. Svoboda wraps it in. About 48 left in the first period. Smith is out there, and Naslund, they're well rested. Here's Svoboda. Back in to the corner. Naslund going for it. Wesley hits him. Carpenter trying to clear it. Stopped by Chelios. Chelios able to close. Short side. And around the boards, it is Wesley able to get it and clear it.
John Carter very upset. He got chopped, cross-checked from behind when he tried to ice that earlier.
And breaking now, Bobby Smith. Over the line with that long reach pass. Intercepted by Neely. Neely breaks it out. Short-handed with Brickley. Going over the line. Clears it in deep for Brickley. Brickley into the corner, jamming it up. Killing some time. Trying to get it free now. Still battles. Ties up a couple of Canadians. Still doing it. Marvelous job by Brickley. And now Neely joins the battle in the Canadian end. The fans into the spirit of it. All led by Brickley. Big cheer, Andy Brickley. And out comes Chelios. Chelios over the line. Hit by Peterson. And the puck is cleared. And Alan Peterson really wrapped Chelios. 38 seconds left on the Canadian power play. No score in the game. Peterson intercepts. Clears it out to Burridge. Burridge rushes. Shot. Popped in the air. In on Roy. He clears it away. 24 seconds left on the power play. 11-19 left. This could be icing. And the Canadians get to it. Corson Back for Chelios. Now to Lefebvre. Shot. Save. Rebound. Boucher block. Centering pass. Boucher is checked. Rolls to Moog in front. The applause for Andy Moog.
Here's the rush. Andy Moog throws the legs down, makes the save on Richer. Now Richer's thinking wraparound. Gary Galley right there takes the puck away from him. LeBeau's lurking around the net. Andy Moog gets a handle on the puck. So much for Stephane LeBeau.
Well, Andy Moog guessed right when he went down.
What a great job Andy Brickley did at far end of the building.
Phenomenal.
He knew exactly what he was doing. Going to hold the puck. Okay, going to play with my left foot. Now Neely gives it to him. Here's what Brickley accomplishes. I'm going to guard it from you. Here's my feet. Takes a check. Watch
This is the
Naslund
actual
hit him.
speed now of the play. This isn't slowed down.
Right. He's chipping it. Now Naslund's digging away at it. Great move by Brickley.
And the draw to Wesley. The penalty almost up. Wesley able to clear the puck. Penalty is up. Bruins kill out the third Montreal power play. Lefebvre to clear in, looking for Corson behind the net. Wesley there. Wraps it around, not out. Batted in. Behind the net, Ray Bourque takes it. Away from Richer. Off on the right for Gould. Gould the clear in. Burridge hustles in. The Bruins try to keep it in, can't do it. Back for Ray Bourque. 10:30 left, second period. No score. Marvelous game. Joyce the clear in. Hustling in is Lindsman. Around the boards, Joyce keeps it in. Joyce looking for Lindsman. Lindsman bumped off the play. And it is Richer clearing it out. It is stopped by Mike Miller. Miller giving it to Joyce. He missed it. And back now comes Richer over the line, losing on the play to Miller. Miller to Joyce, and they break. Joyce over the line. His pass blocked, and back comes LeBeau. LeBeau gets it up for Courtnall. Courtnall, a shot, very wide. Too many men on the ice, the fans yell, but there was a flock of them at the Canadian bench. And now a whistle here by Marawelli, and it is no score. Boston and Montreal. We're at Boston Garden on NESN.
Bruin fans, please turn the...
Pat Burns, Jacques Leperrier, assistant coach. Gilchrist on the draw to the left of Moog. Lindsman wins it. He's been winning those faceoffs, and cleanly. Ray Bourque gives it off to Don Sweeney. Sweeney carries up the left wing side over the line. Drops it for Lindsman. The shot blocked in front by Lefebvre. Kept in now by Don Sweeney, but his pass is intercepted. The Canadiens break it out. It is Courtnall coming on Bourque, who shifted over to the other side. Bourque breaks him up. And back now comes Mike Miller on the right wing side. Miller over the line. Drops it for Neely. Neely goes deep. Top angle shot. Short side save. Rebound, there's none for Boston. And Gilchrist breaks it out. Gilchrist with Courtnall. Over the line, the clear in deep. And Cristofoli trying to put it in front. Picked off by Moog. And a whistle for a faceoff. They say Moog held it long enough. 9 minutes left. No score. Second period.
The MIAA Championship Television Series on NESN begins on Tuesday night with the Division 3, 2, and then 1 Boys Soccer State Championships at 5, 7, and 9 p.m. Then on Wednesday night, the Division 2 and 1 Field Hockey State title games come your way at 8 p.m. and again at 9:30. It's the MIAA Championship Television Series Tuesday and Wednesday nights right here on NESN.
All right.
What were you saying about soccer last night?
Oh, I didn't get a chance to finish the thought. I was trying to get hands. You know, you can't use your hands in soccer. You couldn't ever use your hands in hockey. Now that more and more in the last 7, 8 years, they're allowing the guys to close their hand on the puck and toss it in any direction.
All right. Puck is in deep, knocked away, taken over by Svoboda. Svoboda gets it to Walter. Great save by Moog in front with Carbonell right there. The Canadiens pressing now. And Gentile trying to move it out. Slaps it out of the zone. Taken over by Lefebvre. 22-year-old who played for Sherbrooke last year. American Hockey League. Joyce trying to break. Can't do it. And penalty killing has disrupted the Bruins' attack in the second period. Of course, the Canadiens have something to do with that, too. The shots are 18 Boston, 14 for Montreal. Trying to set it up. Brickley intercepts, clears it in. Kawa drives it around the corner. Fires. Joyce. Fires knocked down. Still digging. Joyce. Now it goes to Brickley on the corner. Now behind the net. Joyce. He's checked. Fires trying to get it. Carbonneau trying to clear it. Peterson moves in. Peterson puts it on net. It's blocked in front. Knocked around the right side. Kental stops it with his hand. Tries to fire. It's blocked. Brickley has covered and gets it at center ice, and Peterson drives it back in. And Mike Milbury with a line change. Gould hustles in. At the right point, Galley intercepts, clears it in for Boston. In deeper, Lefebvre takes over for the Canadiens. A quick pass out to get it out of the zone, and back for Gary Galley. All the way to Peterson. Up for Carter. For Peterson again. And this clear up is stopped by Ludwig. Away to Lefebvre. Up for Keane, now to Smith, who's played not that much with Maslin, but the loose puck to Keane. Keane gets it in front. The shot is wide, but it's covered by Moog anyway. And it is Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. We'll return in a moment.
Bobby Smith with the puck. Galley stands up on him, and it comes across to Keane, who's going to come in late, wide of Peterson. It bounces for him. Gets a quick shot away. It was wide of the net, but Andy Moog made it, was sure on it. Right here, little turnaround, chip in the air.
Lindsman wins it again cleanly against Carbonneau. Good face-off man. And Mike Miller starts it out with Lindsman. Away to Don Sweeney on the move with Neely. A shot, a save by Roy. Trying to clear it. Mike Miller tried to drive it back to Bork, but he wasn't inside the line. Back comes Neely. Neely over the line. Neely off for Lindsman. Can't set the play back. Miller fights for it. Lindsman in deep. Centering pass skated off by Chelios. Defensive marvels, the Montreal Canadiens. And Roy in the nets. They make it very tough. Chelios trying to come out. Checked by Miller. But it bounces out now on the right side. And breaking is Josh Lemieux. Shot wide. Rebound, Walter. Kicks it back to the point. Ludwig, a shot. Struck somebody in front. Bounces behind the net. Moog passes off the board. And a breakout for Boston. The Canadiens get back. I tell you, everybody back. Mike Miller intercepts the puck. Trying to move it in the zone. Can't do it. Still can't do it. The Canadiens break, catching the line change. Back comes Keane. Keane, a shot. Beautiful save. Moog moved at the right time to get it. Miller still on. Clears it to center ice. Picked off by Neely. He's rushing alone. 3 Canadiens back. He goes deep. Trying to put it in front. Can't do it. In the center ice, Wesley takes over. No score in the game. Now to Burridge. Burridge circles one man. Cuts in. Takes the shot away. He went around Dufresne beautifully. Didn't have much angle. Carpenter trying to put it in front. And Walter clears it away. Ices it. Boy, you talk about the Berlin Wall. Montreal Canadiens. That's it. No score. Boston and Montreal back in a moment.
Randy Burridge right here on Dufresne. He comes around. He's going to have some room right now. Stays wide. Gets it across. The poke check from Roy. Nullified everything.
That's the goal he scored against Buffalo on the other side.
Yeah, the goal, this time the stick was going with him instead of against him.
Boston 20 shots, Montreal 16. Bobby Smith getting a regular shift now. Pat Burns says, hey, let's get a goal and then we can go back to checking. And Smith is out there with Maslin. Broken up by Peterson. And Carpenter takes it. Away to Galley. Galley can't move out. Carpenter doesn't see the puck. It's loose. Now he just chops it out. As Smith almost broke in with that one. At center ice, Carpenter gets it away to Burridge. Burridge over the line. Trying to make his play. Drops it in deep for Sweeney. Bob Sweeney wheeling back for Peterson. The shot blocked. And the Canadiens do that masterfully. A lot of block shots. Keane able to chop it out. Bob Sweeney passes it up. Peterson. Now taken over by Lefebvre. To Svoboda. No score in the game. Second period. Lefebvre. Pass up. Stopped by Ray Bork. Bork to Hoggood. Hoggood on the wing looking for Gould. Gould lost it. Keane checks it. Gets it out to Smith. Breaks with Maslin. Bork takes Smith out of the play. And Gould starts it back. Gould into center ice, trailing is Carter. Gould is over the line. For Carter, for Gould in front. And they can't put it on net. A drive by Gould, tough angle, put it on net. And Chelios able to clear it out. John Carter returned it to Gould. When just maybe a good second guess would be fire away.
Well,
No
Carter
score.
was being bothered, I think.
To keep pace with a week of Bruins action, join NESN's Bob Kurtz every weekend for Bruins Weekly. It's a half hour featuring a look back at the week's games. Bruins news and features, including interviews with personalities from the Bees and other stars around the NHL. No Bruins fan should miss it. It's Bruins Weekly every weekend on NESN.
Here's Bob Gould coming up the right wing. Now Carter's got it. He's being bothered. He sends it back. But what the thing you want to do, you look for Hoggood. Make that play across the net. And I tell you, it is it. You can hit anything and go in.
Carter on the faceoff. It is won by Gilchrist. And Chelios trying to clear it out. Stopped, though, by the checking of Carter.
Great sweep check.
And kept in by Hoggood. For Gould. Gould can't set up a play in front. Controlled by Gilchrist. No score. 3:43 left, second period. Pass out now to Richer. Richer drops it in. Up the boards, looking for Hoggood. Blocked by Chelios and kept in by the Canadiens. Pinned on the boards. Quartet of players there, and it rolls back to Chelios. He's able to keep it in. Trying to set up Richer. Broke it up. Gould with it. Clears it out quickly. Ludwig wraps it back in. Ray Bork there. Away from LeBeau. Up to Carter. Carter. Long pass on the right. Knocked away. Hoggood battles for it. LeBeau winds up. Makes a pass across for Byers, who just came on. Bruins changing up. 3 minutes left. Second period. Right back comes Corson. Broken up. The follow-up by Courtnall. The shot is wide. The rebound kept in on the corner by Dufresne. Down goes Galley and Byers. They're back up. They fight for it. Byers pokes it away. Byers sets it up for Joyce. Joyce breaks all alone. The shot is wide of the wide. Guarded by Daigneault. Behind the net, Byers fell down. The puck jammed up. The face-off called. It is Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. We're on NESN at Boston Garden.
Exciting Bruins hockey on the Campbell Sports.
Wyndham Byers working hard. Got hit by Gary Galley. A nice shot. Gets up, gets the puck. Fights, tucks it back, snaps it out, and stays on his feet. Makes a nice give and go to Bobby Joyce.
A pretty good up-tempo game, pretty good intensity considering both teams played last night, and it is very warm in here. It is back to Alan Peterson. This shot. Save Roy. Linsman puts it in front. It's knocked away by the Canadiens, and Courtnall drops it out to center ice. Gilchrist picks it up. Gilchrist checked by Peterson, and broken up. Down he goes. Galley with it, up with Peterson, and the clear out. Miller is at left wing with Neely and Linsman on the line. Puck takes a weird hop. Miller trying to capitalize on it, but the Canadiens able to clear it out. Galley is back. Galley clear up for Neely, but Neely cuts back in the zone. Almost lost it. Now Galley fires it out with 2 minutes left in the period. Courtnall, touch pass. Broken up by Bork. Follow up by Corson. And now to Gilchrist. Gilchrist check. And away comes. Good break. Burridge. 3-on-2 possible. Right up the middle. Shot. Save Roy. What a rush by Randy Burridge. Straight up the middle.
Randy Burridge just put the Jets on. Found himself a little bit of a hole. Montreal defense kind of panning out. This is the respect that Cam Neely gets. He's on the right side of your screen. Everyone's thinking, I better stay with Neely. Now Burridge is too late. He snuck through, just never got it up. Great save, Patrick Roy. But here's Burridge coming through. Snapped it off, tried 5-hole, didn't work.
Hooking, Gilchrist, power play Boston. 1:39 left, second period. Why is that Randy Burridge going operation?
Oh, every night he gives you his best. You know, yeah, it's all you ask from an athlete. Any fan will tell you, just give me your best.
Back to Bork on the draw. Bork in this, Bob Sweeney can't get it. Backed around the boards. Bork can't contain it. Bork is on with Hogwood at the left point. Carbonell forechecking Bork. Bruins work it out. Bob Sweeney rushes. Over the line, the clear in. Weird hop. Ludwig gets it around for Chelios, and it's swept out all the way down to Andy Moe. 1:12 left in the period. The Bruins will have the advantage. That time, Bork broken up, and Hogwood rushes. Hogwood over the line, too far for everybody, and it is cleared away by Keane.
Everybody, you're standing still is what's happening. Everybody's just looking for somebody else to be breaking. We've got to be moving. The only one skating has been Carpenter.
50 seconds in the period. Here comes Carpenter over the line.
Oh.
Cuts off. Can't set up Burridge. And again, Keane clears it. 40 seconds left. No score in the game. Second period.
Take it back and regroup.
Ray Bork starting out. A lead in. Too far from Mike Miller. He chases it. Chelios gets it though. Chelios takes a hit from Neely, but Ludwig has the puck and he clears it out. Not a good power play at all for Boston. A very well played game by both clubs. Solid goaltending.
You only need one shot.
Mike Miller checked at center ice. Away to Neely. Over the line, it is broken up by Chelios. And that'll do it. Just 22 seconds left on that penalty as the Bruins got nothing going in the final 2 minutes there and on the power play. And the shots 22 Boston, 16 of Montreal. Boston nothing, Montreal nothing. We'll have intermission highlights in a moment.
Two very even teams coming into the game tonight, the Boston Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens, and obviously even at the end of two periods of play, scoreless. They're separated by just 4 percentage points in their season's records. Bruins scoring 3.4 goals per game, Montreal 3.2. Bruins allowing 2.9, Montreal 2.6. Not much to choose. Montreal's Russ Courtnall, Dave Shea's guest. David?
All right, Tom, Russ, I guess this comes as no surprise. You've seen plenty of scoreless games go into the third period this season. You guys have really been stressing D.
Yeah, we've been playing really well defensively, but the reason, well, we haven't scored a lot of goals, so we've had a few guys, we've struggled, Matty and Smitty and I, and so we've had a lot of low-scoring games.
Well, you're on the same pace scoring-wise as you were a year ago. I think you averaged about 3 games for every goal you had. You've got about the same pace, actually a little bit better pace this year.
Yeah, I started off not so good. I had lots of chances, and I couldn't put the puck in the net. But the last 6 or 7 games I've been scoring, and it feels pretty good.
You certainly have been playing better, at least statistically, Russ, since the trade that sent you from Toronto to Montreal. How did you feel about that deal when it took place?
Well, I was shocked at first. It was the first time I had been traded, and I kind of expected it, but I didn't know how to deal with it at first. And after about 10 games, I started to settle in, and after Christmas, I started to play the way they expected me to and the way I knew I could, and then it continued on into the playoffs.
Being traded from any team, I would think, to Montreal is a double-edged sword. One, it's nice to go to a team that you know is expected to do well, but that lies in the other problem. They are expected to always do well.
Yeah, we are. There's a lot of pressure to play well. This week, we've had some tough practices. The coach and management hasn't been too pleased with our inconsistent play, and any other team I think would be happy with the record that we have, but they're not satisfied, and I think we're playing a lot better last night, and tonight we're playing sound defensively, and we're getting some offensive chances.
Is this team still looking for some leadership that's missing with the absence of a Gainey and a Robinson and a Green?
I don't think so. I think we've got a lot of leaders in the dressing room. I think a few of us have struggled, and a couple guys who have expected to play better. We haven't played well, and then I guess with some new younger guys, maybe people are sort of guessing that the leadership isn't there. But I think it is there. It's just that the play on the ice hasn't been consistent.
Offensively, do you have the people that are going to be able to pick it up, or do you see this as being a problem throughout the season?
Well, I think once we get our injuries back, I think we're going to play a lot better offensively. But I think last night we started to turn around. We were playing a really sound game. We were making some great plays. And tonight is your typical Boston-Montreal game. It's really tight. And so I think last night was a good game, and tonight is another good game, but it's a different type of game.
Good luck to you. Stay healthy, and good luck in your fraternal battle with Brother Jeff in the scoring parade.
Thanks.
Russ Courtnall, our guest. Tom?
All right, David, 0-0 Bruins, the Montreal Canadiens at the end of 2 periods of play. I'll be back. We'll have a look at second period highlights for you, and we'll check in, too, with Fred Cusick and Derek Sanderson as well, when Bruins hockey continues tonight right here on your New England Sports Network. End of 2 periods at Boston Garden. Still a scoreless tie. Bruins and the Canadiens, 0-0. The 2 teams came into the second period at zeros. Through the early part of the season, the second period has been Montreal's strongest, outscoring opponents 31-16. Now, Bobby Carpenter had gotten his tongue cut in the first period. Came back in the second to dump a Montrealer to give Canadiens a shot on the power play.
Washington Smith. Bobby Smith moves it into the corner, drops it back. Svoboda, the turnaround, save, oh! Big block by Andy Moog on Svoboda.
Bruins survive that Montreal power play, and then they have to face another one.
Back for Chelios. Now the big shot, save, rebound. Boucher block, centering pass. Boucher is checked, rolls to Moog in front. The applause for Andy Moog.
Still 0-0, though. Wasn't lacking for excitement, just lacking for goals.
And away comes. Good break. Burridge. 3-on-2 possible. Right up the middle. Shot. Save. Roy. What a rush by Randy Burridge. Straight up the middle.
So it was 0-0 after 1, and now after 2, still a scoreless tie. So we have the numbers 1 and 3 defensive teams in the NHL at work at Boston Garden tonight. Montreal number 1 and the Bruins are number 3. It appears that each will be improving their defensive numbers when this one finally ends. And in the event that it comes to that, overtime, the Bruins in overtime have not yet allowed a shot on goal so far this year. Once more to Boston Garden, we go to Fred Cusick and to Derek Sanderson. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Tom. And the Bruins certainly don't want to go to overtime. Would like to wrap it up, and Randy Burridge tried to do it with that great individual rush up the middle.
Well, he certainly did. You referred to the Montreal defense as the Berlin Wall. Maybe a little exaggerated.
There are cracks in the wall.
Well, there are cracks in the wall, and this is one of them. Right here, you're going to have Bobby Joyce. Randy Burridge is just going to curl and come in here and get the puck from him, which is an excellent play. Montreal has gone in too deep at this point. But their defense is very solid and positionally. They come back. Now, Cam Neely is going to be on the right side of your screen coming up here. This defenseman wants to make sure that Neely does not break into the middle and beat anybody. Burridge is therefore going to have a little open ice. Now, at this juncture, Neely is still commanding a lot of respect. Russ Courtnall does not have Randy Burridge covered. And with a little burst of speed, he can get in there. And that's what he's trying to do. Now he gets through. And once he gets through, he's going to have room to get the shot away. Cam Neely, however, doesn't follow up the rebound as well as I'd like to see him go, and he turns off to the side, and the puck comes right back out. Montreal nearly kicked it in themselves. But anyway, hard press. You got to get another one.
And Patrick Roy, very solid there. If the defense is not a Berlin Wall, well, he's certainly part of one. He contributes. And some people say, hey, not a good stylistic goaltender, but I tell you, he's effective.
As long as you're effective, I don't care how you keep it out, as long as you do that.
And he gets excellent protection in front. Third period, warm night. The intensity has been great by both clubs.
Yeah, and you're going to have both coaches, I think, stressing defense. I don't think either coach is going to open it up. I think it's probably going to be a fluke. It'll be something, a broken play. It'll be something like that, bounce on the puck and then snap it, probably go off a leg or something. I don't see that pretty goal that you hope to see a lot. It's just going to be a hard-working goal.
So it is no score, Boston and Montreal. Here's Tom.
All right, Fred, 6 others going around the National Hockey League tonight. I'll be back, and we'll take a look at the scores of all of those other games, and we'll look at the scoring summary from that second period at Boston Garden as well. All when another night of Bruins hockey continues here on your New England Sports Network. Bruins Bruins and Montreal Canadiens scoreless. We're at the end of 2 periods of play now, and in the others, Minnesota and Philadelphia. This is in Philadelphia tonight. And the score in that one, and they are in the second period of play, the Flyers up on the North Stars by a score of 4-3. Pittsburgh Penguins are just shellacking the Quebec Nordiques. It was 3-1 Pittsburgh at the end of the first period. They added 4 more goals in the second. Kevin Stevens has a goal and 3 assists for Pittsburgh in that game. Mario Lemieux, a goal and 2 assists. Toronto and the Islanders playing on Long Island, and it's 4-2 Islanders now as they go to the third period. The St. Louis Blues erupted for 4 goals in the second period to turn a 2-2 tie at the end of one period into a 6-2 St. Louis lead now in the third. Buffalo and Calgary not underway yet. That's a 9:30 start. Likewise, Chicago and Vancouver later on. They'll be getting underway at 10:30 tonight. The Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens scoreless. End of 2 periods of play. Shots on goal. The Bruins with 22. The Montreal Canadiens with 16. And we go to the third period of play. Fred, Dave, and Derek.
All right, Tom, thank you. Boy, you look at the scoreboard and you say, gee, I wonder how good a defensive game this is. You can't ask for a better defensive game. Nobody's had any real clear shot chances.
No, and when they did, they didn't have any time to do anything with it. I think the best one came from Miller. He took the time and waited and pulled the trigger a little later and hit Burridge in the glove. That puck was in the net. Those are the breaks that have to happen in a scoreless game. And if the third period continues the same way, you could play like this till the cows come home and nothing's going to happen. You're going to have a break. Something's going to have to give.
He's been playing fabulously.
He might not see that much service in the third period. Mike Milbury is very judicious as far as using his players, and Don, kind of an offensive defenseman, but hasn't he been playing well, Dave?
Outstanding, Fred. What a difference a year makes, too. You know, they let him play last year when the injuries beset this club. They said, well, this kid is going to need some time. Let's see what he can do. And the experience he picked up a year ago, I don't think you can really put into words what it's meant to him.
Don Sweeney can play this game. He's a good puck handler, tremendous skater.
Very smart.
Yeah, and very heady. And he's got that sixth sense where the puck's going. The only thing, he's going to make rookie mistakes. He's going to make youngster mistakes.
But they all do, don't they?
Yeah. So when you get a little older, you're supposed to be sound. I'll fastest to the game.
Still a power play for Boston. 15 seconds left as they move it in the Canadian zone. That'll keep it in. And, the Canadians are able to spin it out. Ludwig drilled it. That'll just about do it. And not a very good power play for Boston. Wesley winding up, rushing now. Away to Carpenter. Carpenter over the line. The drop to Fort. Got a good one. 2-on-1. Walter breaking. Walter trying to move it in. Slides it into the corner. Carpenter trying to get a shot by Walter. Saved by Moe. And Moe gets tangled up as Carpenter breaks it back into center ice. Carpenter is broken up at the Canadian line. And right back comes Richer to Carpenter over the line, and Carpenter's shot misses. Carpenter made an almost fatal drop pass inside the Canadian line that trapped Fort and created almost a 2-on-1. And Walter eventually did, after not making a good play, did get a shot dead on. Behind the net, here's Richer in. Save! What a stop by Moe! Oh, you can put that one in the archives. Richer walked in front, had Moe dead to rights as the Bruins got all mixed up behind the net, and the Canadian Richer did not score. A big stop by Moe. Moe trapping it, blocked it, and the Canadians broke it in. Moe reached up, grabbed it, dropped it, and Corson at the goal line poked it in. 1-0 Montreal.
Well, there's that fluke variety. Bad play behind the net. Peterson to Bork to Peterson, got picked off. Richer come out. Moog makes a great save, and right here, almost offside, dumps it up. Moog taps it, hits the crossbar. Bork can't clear. Corson gets a gift.
Explain to me why goaltenders, and you see it a lot, you know the puck is going over the top of the net. You know it's going to probably hit the glass behind. Why do goaltenders feel they have to handle that puck?
He wanted the face-off. He don't want a bouncing puck back there, especially if Montreal is on the way in for it. I think Moog wanted to settle it down and get a face-off.
I would think if you have to leave your skates, you know, leave the ice to make the catch, you ought to let it go. Of course, that's easy for me to sit here and second guess now that it's in.
Corson, the goal. Dufresne gets an assist. Dufresne was shooting it. It was going over the net. Moog reached up and lost it. It stayed at the goal line, and Corson knocked it in. And Moog entitled really to maybe make that misplay after the save he made on Richer.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, what a stop.
He's made some real big ones, Fred. It's a shame to see one beat him like that.
This is a fluke, and that's what we mentioned. It was going to be a fluke. Hits the crossbar, bounces free. Now he's got to turn around. Grayborg couldn't afford to shoot it and hit Moog. He had to try to handle it. Now watch the miscue behind the net that led to this. And now it's Bork to Peterson to Richer, gets checked back there. Now Richer comes out front. Moog stuffs him with his right leg. Bork breaks it up after that fact. Okay, we got 18 minutes, 15 seconds. The goose egg is broken. Montreal will try to sit on this and wait for an opportunity. The Bruins have got to pick it up a couple of notches. That power play was where it all started. The Bruins have played very sound until they put together a very brutal power play.
Carter on the faceoff. Miller puts it in front. All alone. 15 feet in front. And Roy made the save. John Carter could have tied it up right there. And back with Ludwig in the Canadian zone. To Chelios. And away comes Bobby Smith. Smith check. Galley gets it to Carter. Carter away to Hogwood. He's over the line. Fires. A marvelous stop on Hogwood.
Patrick Roy is getting, when you say that you don't have very many goals against, this is the reason why. Patrick Roy is just playing phenomenal goal for the Canadiens. Watch this. This play comes to Carter. He's going to be out alone in front. Snapped it off. He's down. Unorthodox.
Look how far out he is. He couldn't have been any more than 4 or 5 feet away from Carter.
Watch how fast Roy moves this here. This is what he gets to see. Thank you. What a great save by Patrick Roy.
It is 1-0 Montreal. Shane Corson the goal from Donald Dufresne. 17:45 left, third period. Lindsman has been winning the draws, but not this one. And Daniel clears it around the boards. Up to Naslin. To the Boston end. Going to be icing again. Well,
Montreal has iced it all night.
Let us count the icings. That's number 2 by Montreal now after taking the 1-0 lead.
I don't know that John Carter had a whole lot to look at, Derek, by the time he got to take the shot with the distance Roy came out.
John Carter did number one, did the right thing, snapped a quick shot away, right? But what you say to yourself, he's going strictly 5-hole, and he hit what he was aiming at. Patrick Roy just beat the shooter, that's all.
Well, John looks and he says, "See, all I see is red. I'm going to try to beat him between the pads." Of course, Roy knew that one, he could come out and challenge because there wasn't anybody on either side to worry about, and had an idea that he was going to try to shoot between the pads.
The draw to Dufresne. Dufresne up the boards, but got out. Carter bumping forward over on the boards with Josh Lemieux. Bruins poking in deep to Mike Miller. Miller trying to drop it in front. Blocked. The Canadian guard in front of that net marvelously. Is a pass bouncing in front away from Miller into the corner again. And Josh Lemieux skates it out. Lemieux up the right wing side on Wesley, trying to cut in. Puts it in, it's blocked, and here comes 3-on-2 Boston. Hoggood with Bork and Miller. Over the line for Miller. Miller looking for Bork. Not a good play at all, and Daigneault able to break it up. Mike Miller found himself in the middle then as the playmaker, and it didn't work. Right back comes Hoggood. Hoggood over the line. Cutting for a shot, and it's just wide. Cleared off the backboards by Roy. Not out, kept in by Hoggood. Well, he's had a couple of drives now on Roy. That one missed the net. At center ice. Galley gets it. Galley trying to set up Carter. Doesn't work. Back comes Corson, who has scored the lone goal of the game. 1-0 Montreal. Galley moves it up and out. Lefebvre takes over. Lefebvre gets it up to Corson, and Corson clears it in. Gilchrist drills it around the other side. Galley winding up. In front of the net, lost it. Moog had to save. That almost went in. On a dribble. Brickley clears it over the Canadian line, but Chelios has it. Skates it back and drops it in. It would be a heartbreaker if this one is decided on that freakish goal. Goals hard to come by here. Here comes Lindsman over the line with Brickley. In for Brickley. Shot. Goes behind the net. Neely trying to make the play. Gets it aboard. Quick shot. Missed the net. Drive by Burridge. Missed. Neely with the rebound. Neely holding. Gets it to Lindsman. Turnaround shot. Blocked. The Canadians block him. It goes into Brickley near the net. Brickley holding. Trying to put it in front. Blocked. Brickley gets it again. In the corner. Hit hard on the play by Chelios. He gets it free from Chelios. Trying to move it up for Neely. Intercepted and cleared away by Gilchrist. Plenty of pressure by Boston, but no payoff.
That isn't good defense, but that is just missed opportunities.
And Sweeney back. Don Sweeney with Burridge. Burridge over the line. Burridge with Bob Sweeney. The shot deflected in on Roy. He hangs on. A face-off in the Canadian end. Montreal leads 1-0 in the third period on NESN at Boston Garden.
Derek, I would think when a guy like Patrick Roy makes so many big saves, you begin thinking you've got to be super fine if you're going to beat him.
Montreal is not playing that well defensively, getting tremendous goaltending, and Bruins are missing opportunities.
Bruins in, and Burridge a backhander that went wide. And Powell shoots it in at the right point behind the net. It goes to Bob Sweeney in the corner. Bob Sweeney to Burridge. Burridge to Carpenter. This shot blocked. He chops out it in front of the net. It's off for Bob Sweeney in the corner. Bob Sweeney behind the net, trying to put it in front. Stops, goes the other side. Looks for the defenseman. Somebody open. Gives it now to Carpenter. Carpenter, tough angle shot. Blocked by Roy, and he hangs on. Maybe it was in the side of the net, never reaching Roy.
The Bruins are buzzing all around this net. They keep this up. 1-goal leads do not survive under this.
Bob Sweeney here.
Great. He's got the puck behind the net. He's looking for somebody open. He's got Carpenter down on the ice. He makes a great play to Carpenter. Bobby just is in the wrong position. Hits the short side. He was looking for Roy to pull off the post. I'd be much happier if his name was Roy. It's a lot easier to say Roy.
I had a conversation with a fan on the way to the booth tonight. He said, look, if B-O-Y is boy, then R-O-Y is Roy.
Right.
I don't care where you come from.
Patrick Roy, you know.
In fact, his coach calls him Roy.
Well, it isn't Leroy was here. It's Leroy was here.
Puck is to Bob Sweeney. Swings in the corner. Trying to cut in front. He's broken up by Lefebvre. And Richer breaks it out. Richer over the Boston line. Offside is Shane Corson. 14-14 left. Third period. 26 shots Boston, 19 for Montreal. Shane Corson, the lone goal of the game, coming in the third period.
What a fluke.
Tune in for our final New England college football telecast of the year this Saturday when the New Hampshire Wildcats take on the Massachusetts Minutemen at UNH at UMass Saturday night. Same-day coverage begins at 10 p.m. only on NESN.
Gilchrist, Richer on the right, Corson on the left. Svoboda feeds it up, stopped by Peterson. Out of Galley. In the center ice, Carpenter. Carpenter has to drop it in, and Corson can't drop it out. It kept in by Bob Sweeney. Fakes, moves, shoots right off the side post to the left of Roy. Rebound. It is Svoboda who works it out. Burridge stops it. Carpenter drives it back in on Roy. Boston changes up. Lefebvre able to move it to center ice. Blocked by Don Sweeney. Up now for Hoggood. Hoggood checked all the way. The play offside, but skated out now by Richer. Richer drops it into Boston. Winding up Ray Borg. Flip pass, but Hoggood can't get it. All the way to Patrick Roy. Up the dasher into the stands, and the face-off call. Montreal 1, Boston nothing. We'll return in a moment.
Looking at Peter Svoboda. That's right, Montreal shut out by Reggie back in October.
For the Canadians, Pat Burns using the Smith line. Naslin and Keane more than he did in the first two periods. And he's looking for goal number 2, and here comes Chelios. Broken up. And nearly starts it back. He is hit. Away comes Don Sweeney off the Bork. Bork over the line. Closing shot. Save. Rebound. The stick of Linsman lifted by Ludwig, and he couldn't get it. It is kept in that point by Don Sweeney. Batted away. And the Canadiens wrap it out to the Boston end. Back goes Bork. Icing. 12:45 left. Period number 3. 1-0 Montreal.
Oh, what I would do with Patrick Roy, get him up in the air, crossbar him. He's down an awful lot. Watch Ray Bork comes across the blue line. Ross is anticipating the shot, and he's down. He just has that ability. He's sharp, he's moving good, he's doing everything right. Keep pestering away with the shots. 12 minutes, 45 left.
Great start for the captain.
Carpenter out. Bob Sweeney and Randy Burridge face off to the right of Patrick Roy. The Bruins up to 29 shots. The Canadiens 19. Canadiens are sitting on that 1-0 lead with Roy. They're able to do it. Walter trying to move it out. Checked on the boards. Bob Sweeney, Burridge there. Dug free by Dufresne. Dufresne holding. Now Carbonneau able to work it out. And a lead. And break it over the line. Courtnall in. Goes deep behind the net. Trying to swing it off in front. He hands it to Burridge. It is worthless. The Bruins break it out. Bob Sweeney from Burridge. Burridge to Carpenter. Carpenter checked by Svoboda. Canadiens clear it. Back for it, Wesley. Up by Ken Tall to Bob Sweeney. Bruins back over the line. Period. Carpenter to the corner. Puts it in front. But it goes right to Corson off the boards. And away to Richer. Richer's shot blocked. Close back into the zone. Richer knocked down by Alan Peterson around the boards. Bob Sweeney trying to come out. Broken up by Richer. Taken over by Peterson. Ken Tom. And the clear out. Lefebvre drives it back in. Could be icing. Lost in front of the net. No way that's a goal, though, but Montreal leads it 1-0. Back in a moment.
Please take your ticket stop carefully to see if you are seated in the Reebok Bruins seat winner.
Pat Burns using the Bobby Smith line, as you say, Fred, a little more often, possibly looking more for the second goal. He can live with a 1-1 tie. If he gets the second goal, they're going to win this hockey game, so he wants him to get that insurance marker.
Linsman is out on the faceoff now. To the right of Roy. Waiting for Ken to get ready. He's been winning most of the faceoffs. Marawelli over to the penalty time keeper, and he's talking with Ed Sanford there. 11:33 left. What a great hockey player and captain Ed Sanford was for
what a classy guy. Nice man, Ed Sanford. Plays in the old-timer game still.
There he is with the glasses. Joel Perlmutter making an announcement about something thrown on the ice.
Throwing objects onto the ice. Thank you.
I was in Philadelphia, slipped a disc in my back by stepping on a gum wrapper people had thrown on the ice. It can happen. It can hurt you.
Brickley is out there as the other wing. Alan Peterson up at left wing. Neely is back looking for the draw. As Mike Milbury has switched them. It's won cleanly by Gilchrist against Linsman. And a quick clear out by the Canadiens. Corson is hooked down by Neely. Flagrant hook. And Marawelli let that one go. And Corson takes a bump at Linsman. But the man who hooked him was Neely. Just took him down cleanly right in front of us. They let it go.
A little bit of a dive, Fred.
1-0 Montreal. Back in a moment. And the face-off to the right of Roy. And a different look here by Mike Milbury. He has Joyce at left wing, Hoggard at center, and Mike Miller at right wing. On the draw, Hoggard can't get it. The Bruins poke it right in. Joyce got a pop at it, and it just popped to Roy, who tied it up. And 11:18 left, third period, 1-0 Montreal.
Greg Hoggard has made the adjustment to center nicely. Has been a real pleasant surprise. And when he's on the ice, things just seem to happen, Derek. I don't know if they can afford to stay with him at center all season.
I don't know, but I tell you what he is one of those players that the puck follows him around. If Greg's skating, an awful lot seems to happen out there.
Ogred trying to shoot off the faceoff. It goes wide. Chelios controls. Ludwig moves it up to Keane. Keane trying to poke it out. Can't. It's kept in at the left point by Wesley. Miller gets it. Trying to put it in front. Does. And loose. Missed the net. Ogred had the open chance. Hit the post maybe on the right side of Roy. Oh, the chance Ogred had. Bruins battled in deep behind the net. And out of the scramble, it is Chelios able to clear it.
Well, that's pretty well touched. That was a save by Roy. Down on the ice, whether he got it with an arm or a leg.
Ogred wraps it in. Lott. Brain clears it out. Great chance for Boston. Dave said Ogred makes things happen offensively. As the Canadiens pressing now. Keane trying to put it in front. Broken up. Joyce has lost his helmet. Can't get the puck. Battles Daigneault. And the Canadiens just clear it away. Protecting zealously that 1-0 lead. Cork a long shot. Roy is ready for it. Went down low. Canadiens control the rebound. Gilchrist skates it out. For Richer. Back in the Boston end. Bounces all the way around. Burridge trying to get it. Can't. Svoboda taps it up. We said Don Sweeney wouldn't see much action. He is. Bruins are down. They want that puck moved up. And Don Sweeney can do it, along, of course, with Wesley and Cork. Galley. Canadiens controlling in their end against the Boston forechecker. Keep playing it safely behind the net until they get it up to Richer. He drills it out. Say no icing. Galley trying to get out. Lost it. Puck loose in front. And the Canadiens score. Gilchrist gets the goal to make it 2-0 with 9:18 left.
Gary Galley thought that was icing. It hit Sweeney's stick. That's what kept it onside. Dan Marawelli, whether he blew the whistle or not prior to that going in the net, I think he did. I guess not.
Boy, Gilchrist took a wicked shot after he tapped that one under Moe.
What you're going to see is that went off Sweeney's stick. Right there, Galley is going back for it. Clears it softly, hits Peterson in the foot. Richer jumps on the rebound. Good checking. Bobby Carpenter overruns it. It's loose right there. Gary Galley could have got cross-checking.
Sure could have.
Well, that should just about do it. The way Patrick Roy is playing, not that the Canadiens are playing that well defensively. He's just hotter than a firecracker in there.
Gilchrist with the score with 9:10 left. And the Bruins are down by 2. Wesley winding up. Away to Burridge. With Carpenter. Off for Carpenter. The shot. The save. Roy. Setting up solidly. Reflects back to Wesley. His shot is blocked. Canadiens break it out. Carbonneau now to Courtnall. Back for Carbonneau. In for Courtnall. He centered it. And Carpenter starts it out. Away now to Ray Bourque. Bourque forced to wind up by Carbonneau. And away now comes Don Sweeney trying to rush in, but he can't move in on Chelios. Ludwig able to try and clear it out. Can't. Kept in by Sweeney. Stick handling. Spill. The Lindsman. Back for Galley. Galley a shot. Hit the post, I believe, to the left of Roy and went wide. Galley a second shot. Blocked in front. It is Don Sweeney. A shot. A save, Roy.
Well, you know it's not your night when the goaltender is screened and you hit the post.
Yeah, I figured I had a bad feeling when that puck, when Miller hit Burridge's glove earlier in the game.
2-0 Montreal back in a moment.
Well, this is when you know your snake bit. Patrick Roy sees it. He's off the post, gets through everybody, and bang, right off the post. 8 minutes left right here. Back at the point, Galley one-times it again. Roy gets it through the maze of players. Don Sweeney comes in, and now Sweeney makes a great shot, and Roy catches it.
So, what are you going to do?
Right. Linsman on the draw, and it's poked away by Richer. A race with Ray Bort. Bort moves it up. Wesley trying to check the play on Corson. Corson able to keep it in the corner. And he's broken up. Walter broken up. Gilchrist broken up, and here comes Linsman. Linsman over the line, trying to drop it for Brickley, and that doesn't work at all. Now Ray Bort forced to wind up. 2-0 Montreal, 7:45 left in period number 3.
Let's go.
Brickley, Linsman over the line. Snapped in deep. Daigneault clears it around, knocks down Cam Neely. Puck bounces to center ice. The Canadiens Corson with it. Can't get the handle. And now Richer drives it in. 33 shots for Boston, 20 for Montreal, but Patrick Roy is in the nets. Enough said. Galley drives it in around the boards. Mike Miller going for it. Can't get the handle. Svoboda lost it to Carter. Carter is over the line. A lead for Joyce. Joyce on the boards. Checked by Lefebvre. Miller trying to get it. Carter trying to get it. Plenty of Bruins in that corner. Joyce moves it in deeper. Miller gets it behind the net. Puts it in front. Knocked away. Hogwood back on defense. Slaps it in deeper. Miller there. Miller with Carter. Carter wheels in the zone. Carter's pass is broken up by Naslund. And Naslund gets it to center ice. To Svoboda. He's over the line. Drops it for Keane. Keane a shot. Saved by Mold. And the puck cleared out. Svoboda with it. Down to 6:24 left in the third period. 2-0 Montreal. Their goals by Corson and Gilchrist, who was ranked as two of their best defensive players. They've been opportunists on 21 shots. Hogwood broken up. Pass to Naslund is missed. Follow up by Ludwig. The drive goes wide. The Bruins break it out. 2-on-2. Burridge with Carter. And Burridge overskates it. Keane's pass stopped by Ford. Bob Sweeney. A shot missed. Chelios can't clear. Wesley kept it in for Burridge. And he gets mixed up with Bob Sweeney and can't make the play. 5:40 left. Wesley winding up. Wesley away, center ice to Carpenter. He can't handle the pass. And Carpenter tips it to center ice. Bruins start again. Uphill with a 2-0 lead for Montreal. Canadiens just chop it out. Wesley works it over the line. Broken up on a sweep check by Chelios. And Chelios plays it off the boards to center ice. Down to 5:10 left, third period. This one to Brickley is a mile outside. And a face-off call.
Well, the Bruins are back in action Saturday night here at the Garden with John Cunha, who will lead his New Jersey Devils in against the Bees. It's our first look at those high-priced Soviet imports. You know it's never dull when these teams meet. Face-off, 7 o'clock, right here on NESN. Don't miss the action. The Bruins and the Devils, Saturday night on NESN. Well, here's the story of the game.
Dave, what you got is kind of outside of a couple of guys, Chelios and Ludwig, you got kind of a porous defense back there, but I'll tell you, Patrick Roy, watch this save. Had come off Ludwig's leg, hit Roy in the foot, and then he kept it out. There's the
stick, shaft of the stick.
Got the shaft of the stick on it, sitting down, stuck his arm up and hit it. So
he could throw his helmet out there tonight and he'd be stopping things with
he'd get a shutout. They would get a shutout. Patrick Roy certainly deserves one. He is part of your defense, so your defenseman and your goaltender are called your defense.
He is the
but he is
part of the defense.
Solely the defense tonight. Wow. And I guess last night as well.
Well, if the Bruins weren't getting their chances, it'd be a real cause for concern. They're getting the chances anyway. Nothing you can do about it when the guy does acrobatics and keeps the puck out of the net.
If Roy has one weakness, it's from outside. He does let in long shots. He's been beaten outside.
I remember Gordie Clark before the game in the scouting report. He nailed it. He said the guys you worry about on Montreal are the guys like Corson and Gilchrist and Checkers that bang away, and they're the guys that come out of nowhere to kill you, and they've got it tonight.
Chip away and loose pucks.
Galley to Brickley, the lead in. Linsman going Neely able to keep it in. Deeper. Broderick wraps it around the boards, but Richer is there. Richer takes it deeper. He's hit by Neely. And Linsman gets it behind the net. Going to put it in front. It is tied up on the deflection by Roy. Linsman hit by Dufresne. Let's see what's coming in this.
Well, he's calling a roughing penalty on whoever. It must be Linsman.
Oh, he's a piece of work, he is. What about the cross-check by Gilchrist?
Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by Budweiser, Beechwood Age, for that distinctively clean, crisp taste that makes Budweiser the king of beers. For all that you do, this Bud's for you. And by your New England area Century 21 offices. Put your trust in #1, Century 21. And by Nissan, building cars for people who want more than just a means of getting from here to there. Nissan, built for the human race. And by Sullivan Tire Family Car Care Centers, because family spirit is what Sullivan is all about. Well, what this one is all about can be summed up in 3 letters.
Here's Linsman, gets the puck. He's all alone. He's caused no penalty yet. Let's going to call that roughing. There's the cross-check he doesn't call. What would Linsman do? Why not call them both? The cross-check he let go, I can't understand why he would do that.
He must not have seen the cross-check.
Oh, lovely.
You're not supposed to be talking about the officials.
4:46 left in the game. The Bruins are short of man. 2 minutes to Ken Linsman for roughing. And the draw back to Svoboda. And Chelios. Chelios drives it in, going for it. Gilchrist in the power play. Corson and Gilchrist are out there. And Wesley, a heavy hit on Corson in the corner. Corson back up, battling. And he gets it to Gilchrist. Back to Svoboda. Shot deflected wide by Wesley. Brickley trying to move it out. Wesley can't do it, but Bork gets it. Bork laying it behind the net to Wesley. Wesley back for Bork, and it doesn't work. The Bruins haven't cleared it out, but now Neely does. And exactly 4 minutes left in the game, a 2-0 lead for Montreal. They scored both goals in the third period. Shane Corson and Brent Gilchrist, and they're on a power play. Chelios controlling. Broken up by Carter. Carter fights for it in deep, but can't get it. Chelios works it out now. Svoboda to center ice. Up for Smith. Clears it in. Broderick going for it. Can't clear it. Chelios. Svoboda. Svoboda trying to settle the puck down. And now it's across. Naslund to Chelios. Naslund to Svoboda. The shot blocked. Naslund the shot. Move the save. Kept in by Chelios on the power play. Off for Svoboda. 27 seconds left on the power play. Smith in front. Naslund can't get it. Burridge does and drops it out. Mike Milbury changing up, down to 15 seconds left on the Canadian power play. And in 10 seconds, the Bruins will have a man back, but they're down by 2. Steal by Bob Sweeney. Sweeney broken up. Puck goes deep. 3-2. The penalty is up. Linsman is out. Bruins at full strength. Trying to forecheck on the play, but the Canadians work it safely out. At the Boston line, it is Ray Bork forced back. Swings away from Courtnall. Leads the rush. Away to Linsman. Over the line. Off for Bork. Bork a shot. Ray Bork from Ken Linsman with 2:25 left. The Bruins trail by 1.
Quick shot from outside. Patrick Roy very good in close. Does give up the odd one from the angles. He will miss his the odd angle. I mean, almost flawless goaltending by Roy. But good hustle here. Ray Bork steams up. Kenny Linsman turns the Jets on with him. Gets the puck coming in. He's got Bork on the left. Snaps a quick one. Roy doesn't get him closed in time.
Well, let's see how they respond now. They have 2 minutes, 25 seconds.
Pat
Let's see how
Burns
the
did not want
Canadiens
to see
react.
this happen. The Canadians have just sat on it. The Gilchrist goal was a fluke, a broken play. Excuse me.
Well, why don't we tell you that if you follow high school football, NESN's the place to be when we bring you complete coverage of the Massachusetts High School Super Bowls, December 2nd and 3rd. On Saturday, December 2nd, we'll have all 5 Eastern Mass Super Bowls live starting at 9:30 in the morning. Then on Sunday, we'll have the Central and Western Mass Super Bowls via tape delay. It's a super weekend of high school football, December 2nd and 3rd, right here on NESN.
And the draw is back to Hogwood. He's at left defense. He clears it in. 2:20 left. 2-1 Montreal. Goal Bork on Lindsman. The Bruins break it up. Lindsman puts it across in front. It is Bork fighting for it into the corner. Behind the net to Brickley. Brickley holding in front.
Neely scores! Cam Neely from Andy Brickley to tie the game at 2 with 2:06 left.
Great hustle by Kenny Lindsman and a sure-handed shot by Cam Neely. Well, that Berlin wall does have holes in it, Fred. Great hustle here by Lindsman. Back to Brickley. Brickley out to Neely. Bang!
And play on. The game is tied up. 2 minutes left. 2-2 on a goal by Neely from Brickley. And you would swear that Craig Janney was operating behind that net. Brickley, marvelous setup for Cam Neely. There's Bork, a shot, a save! And Chelios fires it out of the zone. And the Canadians break it out. Gilchrist into center ice. He is hit on the play. Here comes Wesley over the line. Ludwig fell down. Wesley moving in. Shot, scores! Wesley scores! And the Bruins lead 3-2!
What a goal by Glenn Wesley! A stunning comeback. Glenn Wesley staked it, hasn't scored in so long. Had the opportunity. Ludwig fell down at the blue line. Right here, Glenn Wesley takes the puck, sees Ludwig fell down, chips it in, jumps in, takes his own shot, looks, snaps it through the legs of Patrick Roy. Andy Bogue is up congratulating his boys. A lot of heart the Bruins showed. A very staunch, hot goaltender in Patrick Roy. You gotta figure the lights are out, but it isn't over until the fan lady sings. Reminiscent of the Quebec comeback a couple of years ago.
3 goals in 57 seconds.
Unbelievable.
Glenn Wesley. Time of the goal, 18 minutes.
Well, the weak spot is between the legs, right?
Well, he was closing him off so well. When you score on him like that, when Bork beat him, that made him vulnerable, I guess. And you got the debate. The Bruins are all over him in the third period, but Roy was the standout. And the Canadians just were depending on Patrick Roy to do it, and he just never finished it.
I go back to the Neely goal, which tied it up, but there were so many spectacular plays. Bork's goal and, of course, the Wesley goal. But Andy Brickley behind the net, that was Craig Janney style. He calmly waited, stick handle, maneuvered, and put it right on the stick of Neely.
There's no doubt. I was waiting for you to get Craig Janney in this game somehow. Craig Janney Right, Andy Brickley. Now, he's been a pretty well a general back there, but here's that Mike Milbury, the defense that seized the opportunity. Ludwig fell down. That was the key to this. In come now, Saloon's got to take his man. He shoots it anyway.
Boston goals on the Neely goal. Well, let's get the record here. Liz White has it. It was Bork from Lindsman to start it. Then Neely from Brickley and Lindsman at 17:54. Wesley from
Wesley's got to be unassisted.
Unassisted. Bork's goal came at 17:35. Neely's at 17:54, and Wesley at 18:32. We have 1:28 left in the game. The Bruins lead.
And yes, I mentioned the shutout.
The draw to Naslund. The play broken up by Wesley. Brickley is on. He's at left wing. Neely and Sweeney. Naslund checked at center ice. On the play, Sweeney down and around. Naslund is hit on the play. On the boards. Dufresne digs it free. Dufresne the clear in. Loeb stops it, gives it to Bork. Bork up to Brickley. Brickley uncovered, gets it out. Up to the Canadian line. Roy is out of the net. Nobody in there. 58 seconds left in the game. Nobody in the nets for Montreal. Cutting in front of the net was Naslund. The clear out into center ice to Smith. He's over the line. He's checked. The puck into the corner behind the net. Wesley gets it around. Brickley drops it up, but not out. Now it's broken up, and Sweeney cleared it out. Sweeney lost his stick. Wesley gets the puck. Back for Bork. Bork the clear in. No icing. 30 seconds left. It went off a Canadian. 3-2 Boston. Here comes Smith in the center ice. Weaving. Smith over the line to Corson. Corson. Pass deflected into the stands by Bork. 18 seconds left. 3-2 Boston. 38 shots Boston. 21 for Montreal. About 4 minutes left, and Lindsman gets a penalty. A little over 4 minutes.
And you got to figure it's lights out. I mean, there's no way in the world you could sit here. No one's a bigger Bruins fan than me, and I'm saying, well, that's it. I mean, you got to say Montreal with a hot goaltender. But when Hoggood, when Patrick Roy made the save on Hoggood, it's so indicative of what happens. The goaltender doesn't get beat as a rule. The Bruins never quit. They stayed with it. Their captain, their leader, Ray Bork, took the bull by the horns, got the first one. Cam Neely gets the second. And Glenn Wesley gets the third.
And there's a discussion here with Marouelli. 18 seconds left in the game. Glenn Wesley unassisted.
Timeout Montreal.
The Bruins in front.
His first goal. Last year he wanted 20. Went a good number of games plus playoffs without getting his 20th.
There was an earlier timeout called, and I believe it was Milbury who called it, with 5 minutes left. I believe this one is Montreal.
This is Montreal.
Mike doesn't necessarily wait till the last minute crisis to call.
No, he
calls 5 minutes left. He said, hey, let's crank it up. We need a goal. But then Lindsman got the penalty. Then came out of the penalty box, set up the goal 2-1. Neely set up by Brickley 2-2. Wesley unassisted.
Kenny Lindsman made two very heads-up plays on both goals, both on Neely's and on Bork's.
Are you watching these fans?
Fans are going crazy. They're all standing. They've been standing since Wesley put them ahead.
Nobody in the nets. Roy is out. Lindsman on the draw with Gilchrist.
Gilchrist is very good on face-off.
3-2 Boston. Lindsman wins it. Wesley drops it out of the zone. Chelios missed it. Lindsman after it. Bruins trying to get it. Gilchrist with it. 10 seconds left. Can't get started. Burridge. Empty net. Missed. Knocked away by Richer. 2 seconds. One. The Bruins win it. 3-2.
chip in their armor.
Well, what does this ever do for the young Bruins team? 6 games without a loss, coming from behind with 3 goals in 57 seconds with a couple of minutes left.
Well, it lets you know how it feels to do it. And then the next time the situation arises, do it again. Gonna get a look at Mike Milbury. Behind the bench, one happy coach.
And the final score, Boston 3 and Montreal 2. And we'll have our wrap-up in a moment.
Third meeting of the season. Boston, Montreal, Boston Garden this time, and the final score in one of the most amazing hockey games we'll see in a while. The Bruins 3 and the Montreal Canadiens 2. With 2 minutes and 25 seconds to play, Bruins down 2-0 against the best defensive team in the National Hockey League, and you got to figure the ball game is over, right? Wrong, which is why Yogi has been immortalized and cliche-ized with his it ain't until it ain't. And the Bruins win just what was an amazing hockey game. They now are within 1 point of the pace they had after 18 games of last season. Dave Shea has Glenn Wesley with him back at Boston Garden. David?
All right, Tom, thank you. Last night, Lyndon Byers and Bobby Joyce picked up their first of the year. Couldn't have been a better time for you to get your first of the year.
I don't think so. It's a pretty exciting feeling, and after the game in Hartford, when I hit the post, I just told a few guys I'm going to save it for a big game, and I guess I done it on a big game.
Have you ever heard, you've only been here a short amount of time, but have you ever heard the crowd the way they were tonight?
I think even the Stanley Cup Finals, I don't think it doesn't even compare to what really what the feeling is like in the Boston Garden, and you know, it's a tremendous feeling to score a big goal like that, and we're on a bit of a roll right now, and hopefully we can keep it going.
All right, now what were you thinking as you split the D, as you were headed for the net?
Well, Mike was telling us through the second intermission to shoot the puck, and I couldn't think of a better time to shoot the puck right there. I seen Ludwig fall, and I just put on the Jets, and I just went down the wing, and I looked to somebody that was in the slot, and I just thought shoot, and I shot it.
You know, you look at a 0-0 hockey game, and you say to yourself, wow, that must be really airtight defense, and for 2 periods, no one was really getting good chances. But in that third period, despite falling behind 1-0 and then 2-0, you guys were getting great chances. You just weren't able to convert because of what?
Yeah, he's playing really well tonight, and he makes some big stops for us too. And it was a really tight game, and they got you know, a couple fluke goals, you could probably say, and you know, we just went from there, and as soon as we got that first goal, we said, wow, we're back in it. We're a shot away, and as soon as Cam you know, scored, we had the momentum going our way, and the crowd was behind us, and we wanted to win it tonight.
Of course, the crowd jacked up as if this were the 7th game of the Stanley Cup Finals, Glenn, and in reality, I mean, we're still early in the hockey season, but what does this win mean to this hockey club at this stage of the season, and is this stage of the team coming together?
I think it's you know, a big morale booster for the team, and you know, with some of the injuries we still have out right now, it's still a great feeling when you know, we have some good players still sitting out, and you know, when they come back, it's going to make us even a better hockey club. But getting 2 big points like tonight, and you know, showing that you know, we're capable of playing as a consistent team out there, and we're on a bit of a roll right now, and if we can keep a little streak going, you know, we're going to be right in the top of the league.
And it's nice to see, unlike a year ago when people began to wonder, were the Bruins intimidating at home? It's nice to see that the team has reestablished itself as a viable bad guy group when it comes to playing in Boston Garden.
Yeah, we you know, at the start of the year, we wanted to
show the rest of the league that we wanted to be a dominant team, especially at home, and I think we've showed that in the beginning of the year, and once teams come into this building and see our home record, they're gonna think twice about stepping on the ice and you know, looking at playing in the Boston Garden.
Well, outstanding. Congratulations on the game winner. You're the man.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, Tom, back to you.
All right, David, I have a feeling we'll be seeing that Glenn Wesley goal again on the Somerville Lumber Play of the Game coming up a little bit later on. If you know someone who was not watching this hockey game tonight on NESN and should have been, call them now, because we'll be back and check the highlights of tonight's game when Bruins Replay continues tonight here on your New England Sports Network. The final score, once again, the Bruins. Thrilling comeback victory over the Montreal Canadiens 3-2. You're watching Boston Bruins hockey on NESN. Well, we have those highlights coming up for you in a moment, but Andy Moog is standing by with NESN's Dave Shea, and we thought you might want to hear what Andy had to say. Andy was involved in what was kind of a pitcher's duel with Patrick Roy for most of the night before it turned into a shootout in that third period of play. Once again, to the Garden and Dave Shea. David?
All right, Tom, thank you. From bittersweet to real sweet for Andy Moog and the Bruins. Andy, you and Roy were pitching a shutout going to the third period, and it was kind of a game of flinch, waiting to see who would flinch first, and unfortunately, it was you.
Well, it was just, just one of those things where you get a little caught up in your effort. You try a little bit too hard and try and do a little bit too much out there, and that was the case. I just got a little bit, ironically, over my head, and and it cost us.
How aptly put.
Yeah, and it costs us, and you get angry at yourself, but when you make a mistake and it's because of enthusiasm, you don't stay angry very long.
All right, let's talk about your thought process. First, we'll take a look at the pop-up that was thrown in at you as you tried to field it.
Right.
And then we'll take a look at the great save on Richer, which actually started that whole series.
Yeah, here it is. Here, the kid just throws it in the net, and we've been scrambling a little bit. And my only thought is get a whistle, and I get it in the heel of my glove, and when I hit the crossbar, it just pops out, and it's in the net. I mean, it's just a play that you make 100 times a year, and just that one time where it pops out of your glove and they get a chance to score. But the team recovered. We played some good hockey after that. We didn't put anything on the board, but we really had it on them for a long time.
Of course, people had the score ended 2-0 or 2-1. Well, they would have forgotten, I'm sure, a lot of the great saves you made leading up to that and even following that, especially the save on Richer at the start of that series. He seemed to have you dead to rights, but looking back on it, you almost knew what he was going to do.
Yeah, well, he was in tight, and it's very difficult to get the puck up, and that's the case. He couldn't get up, so I just laid down and took most of the ice away. And he's very, very good at anticipating the play, and that was the case there where he got the pass, and I just laid down, because I knew he couldn't get the puck up. And then we got team defense to help me out and get the puck out of the zone.
Now, from your viewpoint at the end of the rink, after Gilchrist followed up that rebound and the jumble out in front, it's 2-0. You saw how Roy's playing at the other end of the ice. Did you think the guys could get back in it?
Well, it was a big sag, no doubt about that. I mean, 1 goal, the game's still on the line. Anything can happen. 2 goals, and Patrick playing very well. You're in a tough situation. But, the way we played, and the way we have played in the past, just let us believe we were going to get some chances. And that's all we can do is get the chances. If he makes the great saves, nothing you can do about that. But as long as you're getting the chances, something's going to happen.
I don't remember seeing a series of goals at that juncture of a hockey game that quickly, Andy. And the place, I thought the roof was going to fall in on the rest of you.
That was spectacular. If there's ever a boost a team could have, it's making a play or making a few plays like that at the end of the game to win a hockey game. And, they've been talking about the Bruins on a roll, and I definitely feel we're at the top of our game right now.
Well, use the day tomorrow to recharge the batteries, all of you, and come back strong Saturday against New Jersey. Andy.
Thanks, Dave.
Andy Moog, our guest, Tom.
David, yeah, you can still hear the Garden crowd through the walls and the doors of Dave Shea's interview room down at the Garden. The numbers 1 and 3 defensive teams in the National Hockey League at work and to play at Boston Garden tonight. The final reflects the way the 2 teams go about the game. 3-2 Boston over the Montreal Canadiens. The 2 goaltenders and 2 of the best figured from the top of the night to be key operatives. And they were. Patrick Roy for the Montreal Canadiens, number 2 in the league, second only to Hartford's Mike Liut at this stage of the season. Andy Moog for the Bruins, a career mark against Montreal of 5-4-0 before the game. Here's Boston's first legitimate bid, Andy Brickley.
Byers can't reach it. Brickley keeps it in, gets the shot away, and a save. Roy as it went behind him, but not over the goal line.
It was just a couple of minutes later that Bob Joyce gave it a go. Roy with another save.
Clears it off for Neely. Neely trying to get going. Gets it up to Joyce. Joyce over the line. Closing shot. Save! Roy!
Faced 14 shots in that first period, and it ended 0-0 Boston-Montreal. Bobby Carpenter took an early second period penalty. Canadiens with a shot as a result of this call on the power play, and so Andy Moog's time to go to work.
Washington Smith. Bobby Smith moves it into the corner. Drops it back. Swoboda, the turnaround. Save! Moog! Big block by Andy Moog on Swoboda.
Bruins managed to survive that Montreal power play and then find themselves looking at still another one.
Now, the big shot, save, rebound. Boucher block, centering pass. Boucher is checked, rolls to Moog in front. The applause for Andy Moog.
He and Roy both having outstanding nights, and there was nothing that was getting through.
Gilchrist check, and away comes. Good break, Burridge, 3-on-2 possible. Right up the middle. Shot, save, Roy. What a rush by Randy Burridge. Straight up the middle.
Scoreless through 2 periods, went that way then to the third, and there it's Moog again.
After not making a good play, did get a shot dead on. Behind the net, here's Boucher in. Save! What a stop by Moog! Oh, you can put that one in the archives.
When a goal was finally scored, almost predictably, it was kind of bizarre. Shane Corson, pop fly backhander from the blue line. Moog goes up for it, gets a piece of it. It ends up in the net for a Montreal lead. Now more than ever, the Bruins need some offense.
Miller puts it in front. All alone, 15 feet in front, and Roy made the save.
And exactly what the Bruins did not need. Another Montreal goal. Brent Gilchrist will get it. Bruins lose control of the puck. It ends up on Gilchrist's stick in pretty good goal-scoring position. He pops it home. 2-0, only his third goal of the year. But this one is not quite over.
Leads the rush. Away to Lindsman, over the line. Off for Bork. Bork a shot. Ray Bork from Ken Lindsman with 2:25 left. The Bruins. It is Bork fighting for it into the corner. Behind the net to Brickley. Brickley holding in front. To tie the game at 2 with 2:06 left. Here comes Wesley over the line. Ludwig fell down. Wesley moving in. Shot scores! Wesley scores! And the Bruins lead 3-2.
What a goal by Glenn Wesley!
And the Bruins win just an amazing hockey game. I mean, how often does anybody come back against Montreal like that? 3-2 Boston. Those goals were scored all in a span of 57 seconds. Bork at 17:35, Neely at 17:54, and Wesley at 18:32. And stuff like that just doesn't happen very often against the Montreal Canadiens. The Bruins now are 2-1-0 against the Montreal Canadiens for the season, opening with that 2-0 shutout win. They lost to Montreal at the Forum 4-2, and then tonight's incredible 3-2 win over the Canadiens at the Garden. Once again to Fred Cusick and Derek Sanderson.
Thank you, Tom. We happen to bring up the Berlin Wall, and of course there are a few chinks in it, as you said, and the Bruins found them rather late, but November 16th. This will be remembered. Not quite in the category of Sanderson to Orr in a Stanley Cup victory, but certainly Montreal Canadiens, Patrick Roy, looking like the Berlin Wall, and the Bruins came through.
Well, I enjoyed it as nearly as much as that goal back then. Glenn Wesley, just great to see him get one. It should get him started. The Bruins need him scoring goals. It was something that, you know, I said, and that second goal, it's just about over. With the way Roy was playing, the only time he's suspect is outside. Ray Bork snapped a quick shot, beat him between the legs, and that started it. Brickley makes a great play behind the net and nearly snaps it home. And then Montreal was playing tight in the third period. I did not think that was the Montreal team of the past, that they were happy and they could be, you know, the toughest team in the league, holding a 1-goal lead. When they got 2, they were still shaky. It was Roy that was keeping them in there, and the Bruins just pestered away until they beat them with Wesley's.
What's it going to do to this young team gelling under Mike Milbury, young coach, the whole system? 6 games now without a loss, come from behind in this one, winning on the road, whatever, scoring goals. What about it?
They're scoring goals, and Mike Milbury, I don't think anyone's happier than he is. He's got the team playing the way he wants. He's using his players very well. I think the coaching is right on top of their game. With the communications upstairs or not, I don't know what's working so well. But Mike Milbury's putting the right people out there at the right time.
Well, that's right. One quick point. Andy Brickley played the last several shifts at left wing with Linsman and Neely, and that paid off. He set up Neely, played very effectively, calm and cool under the pressure. And so Mike Milbury making the moves, and they're paying off on the Bruins with the victory. The final, 3-2. Here's Tom.
All right, Fred, back with the Somerville Lumber play of the game. We'll also have a check of the scores from all the rest around the National Hockey League tonight, too, when Bruins replay continues on your New England Sports Network. Your Somerville Lumber play of the game. Big surprise, right? Game tied 2-2 late with just a little over a minute and a half to go. The Bruins had already scored 2 quick goals. Bork and Neely. Glenn Wesley breaks through, pops this one between the legs of Patrick Roy. The Bruins end up scoring 3 goals in a span of 57 seconds, and that one's the game winner. 3-2 the Bruins, and that is your Somerville Lumber play of the game. That is just one of several around the National Hockey League tonight. None of the others will top it, I can assure you, but let's take a jaunt around the league and see what else has happened. Most of the rest are final scores now. The Philadelphia Flyers have beaten the Minnesota North Stars. Final score there was 6-3. A lot of high scores all over the league tonight. Pittsburgh Penguins with 8 against the Quebec Nordiques. Mario Lemieux had 1 and 2 assists, and Kevin Stevens with a goal and 3 assists for Pittsburgh. They broke it open with 4 goals in the second period to go out to a 7-1 lead. New York Islanders got 4 in the first period and beat Toronto 6-2 for the Islanders, only their second win in their last 13 games. There was a goal-scoring explosion by the St. Louis Blues of 4 in the second period. Put that one away against the Detroit Red Wings, and the final is 7-2. Calgary and Buffalo are underway in Calgary now and through the first period of play. Calgary on goals by Mullen and Suter lead it 2-1. The lone Buffalo goal so far by Dave Andrechuk is 13th of the season, and Chicago and Vancouver are still 5 or 10 minutes away from getting their game underway out in Vancouver. Well, it was a 0-0 hockey game between the Bruins and the Canadiens through 2 periods of play tonight, and it looked like it might go that way right into overtime. And then all of a sudden, the floodgates opened. Montreal's Shane Corson got the strange goal on a pop fly that got over the head of Andy Moog at 1:23 of the third period. And then to 10:42, when Montreal scored again, Gilchrist, it really looked like the hockey game was over. Patrick Roy was just untouchable in goal, and Montreal now with a 2-goal lead. And it stayed 2-0 Montreal until 17:35 of the third period, when Ray Bork scored for the Bruins. Linsman and Sweeney had the assists, and the Bruins were back within 1. At 17:54, only 19 seconds after the first Boston goal, Cam Neely got the one that tied it from Brickley and Bork. It was a tie hockey game. Still looking like overtime at that point, but no, Glenn Wesley broke through with the play of the game, 18:32, unassisted, and the Bruins win a most amazing hockey game by a score of 3-2 over the Montreal Canadiens at Boston Garden. We'll be back and wrap things up for the night from NESN and on Bruins Replay in a moment. You're watching Boston Bruins hockey on NESN. Bruins now with an unbeaten streak of 6 in a row. 5 wins and 1 tie, and they move into third place in the Adams division, jumping ahead of the Hartford Whalers. That is Bruins Replay for tonight. Tom Larson with the final score again. The Boston Bruins 3 and the Montreal Canadiens 2. NESN's next Bruins telecast will be this coming Saturday night. The Bruins home at the Garden against former Bruins assistant coach John Cuniff, now the head coach of the Jersey Devils. Fred Cusick, Derek Sanderson, and Dave Shea have the call of the action starting at 7 o'clock. I'll be along with another edition of Bruins Digest 30 minutes prior at 6:30 on NESN, your New England sports network. We deliver. This has been an exclusive presentation of NESN, your New England sports network. We deliver.